Your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. Giannis watch is officially on. The NBA draft kicks off tomorrow night on ESPN and ABC. And the Bucks likely want to get a deal done if they're going to trade their superstar before the draft tomorrow night. The latest reports from Shams Charania and Brian Windhorst this morning on Get Up. Shams Charania saying he fully expects that Giannis will be traded before tomorrow night's NBA draft. Brian Windhorst saying that the Boston Celtics are accepting trade offers for their star, Jaylen Brown. Of course, plenty of rumors over the last week that a Giannis and Jaylen Brown trade between the Bucks and Celtics could be in the mix. We'll keep you updated on the latest as news surfaces throughout the day today into tomorrow and whenever news breaks, if it should, right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Baseball, Brewers in Cincinnati tonight facing the Reds, 6:10 first pitch.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Our very first guest in the history of Wilde and Tausch, which will be, I'm sure, a long and distinguished history.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do here?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say daily 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
And then what happens?
No, then Tausch kind of bows out.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Monday edition. The Hey, how was your Father's Day edition. The off-season is in full swing. I'm always curious what might crop up during an off-season where you hope there are no stories Packers-related other than football camps and fun stuff like that edition. But most importantly, and probably for most of the show edition, the Giannis Antetokounmpo is almost a Boston Celtic, really, edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores, and which is totally customizable and totally free. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from his undisclosed location, he is the Packers Hall of Famer. And he's a year older than, well, I guess we talked to him when he turned a year older. He's Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I got my wonderful little dad jokes football edition for Father's Day.
Sweet.
So I'll start off with, what did the receiver say to the football?
I'm going to catch you.
Later. Catch you later. Yeah.
Wait, really?
We have 100, so we'll do 100 of those.
Was that supposed to be a fill in the blank?
I got it.
No, Jesse, you didn't get it because you didn't say catch you later. You said I'll catch you. That's like that would be a Valentine's Day.
Yeah, you were close.
So
but
you're 0 for 1. I'm going to see
quite.
How many will Jesse, the king of the dad joke, get? I have 100, so I think there's 100 days left before football season starts. I don't know that for sure. Don't quote me.
I don't
on
think
it.
that's
more or
true.
less.
We'll go with.
So okay. Well, Jesse was close, and apparently, I don't want to call it our long national nightmare because that would be an overstatement. But our local ongoing saga apparently is approaching its endpoint. And while Giannis wanted to go to Miami, the insiders at ESPN, Brian Windhorst and Shams Charania, are basically telling us he's going to be a Celtic. I don't know, Jim. Tauscher, immediate reaction.
Because I listened to Get Up this morning. Shams came on right at the top of the hour, and he said it's down to 2. And I've been saying for the last week that as a Bucks fan, I want this thing complicated, more teams, more picks.
Right.
And he basically said, no, it's going to be simple. It's going to be a 1-for-1. It's going to be you're either traded to Miami or Boston. There's not going to be a third team involved, at least on the initial side of it. And the issue is, and here's what I thought was the most interesting part of this morning's news, and Wendy's really good on TV.
Yeah, he's great.
Wendy is really
I agree.
good. He basically said, don't discount the Jimmy Haslam piece to this. Because Jimmy Haslam, and you'd think, well, what difference does it make that he traded Myles Garrett? Well, Myles Garrett, centerpiece for a team that wasn't winning, and getting Jared Verse back, he believes if it was non-Jimmy Haslam hands-off, this Bucks team would have traded to the Miami Heat to get a bunch of picks back. Because I don't remember, I think it was who's the old ball coach that's on that panel this morning? He's Virginia Tech's old coach.
Seth Greenberg, that is, Tau.
Seth Greenberg got up and basically said, you're a mid-market, small-market team. The only way to build is through the draft. So there's an internal battle going on amongst the ownership on whether you want to go with all dem picks and young players and build, or do you get at least a piece back that you can build around in Jaylen Brown? And it feels as if that is the way the Milwaukee Bucks are leaning. And then whether you end up, A, does he want to be here? And B, because we don't want hostages, we want volunteers.
Right.
Or how much can you trade him to go get more picks? And is that better than having a 3-team swap initially? So it could still be complicated. I think the Miami deal seemed easy, and I wasn't overly excited about it. Will I be excited if it's Jaylen Brown and some picks? No, I won't be. If I'm being honest, I will not be. But if we get Jaylen Brown and then swap him for picks, I'll be more excited. But it does feel as if this has got a 12 to 24-hour window. Hopefully it happens tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. or at 10 o'clock this morning. But it does feel like this thing is coming to an end, and I think it's going to be more about which direction Milwaukee wants to go in. If it's going to be getting a star, at least what most people view as a star player back, or are you just going to go with all the young pieces and hope to build off of that from Miami? Neither is going to be as good as having a fully engaged Giannis Antetokounmpo, but it seems as if that ship is sailing out of the Milwaukee harbor.
All right, so just to be clear, the Myles Garrett trade, and we're going to hear from Shams and Wendy here from Get Up in a moment. The Myles Garrett trade that the Cleveland Browns made, owned by Jimmy Haslam, did both, right? They got a good existing player who is much younger than the player they traded, which I don't think that would be the case. I don't think Jaylen Brown is much younger than Giannis.
3 years younger. I think it's 3 years.
Jared Verse is a good player who could turn out to be a very good player. And they got a first-round pick this year, a second-round pick the following year, and a third-round pick the year after that. So they got both picks and a player. I like a trade that ends up with a bunch of picks and a player too, because then you can do both. I'm very curious to see how it plays out in the coming hours. Let's hear, Jesse, who do you want to play first? Do you want to play Shams?
Let's go
or
with
you want
Shams
to play
first.
Windy
yeah.
first?
By the way,
Okay.
I think Twitter is down right now, like across the board, so not a great day for that for all of us. So if you usually stream us on Twitter, we are not up there right now. And
Is it down like you can't tweet anything, or is it down you can't put video
I
up?
can't start our stream over there. None of the tweets are loading as I'm trying to find the latest from Shams and Windy and everybody. Like,
Yikes.
nothing's working. So I don't know if that's just something here or if that's a broader deal. But Twitter appears to be down, at least here in the studio right now. So I'm playing this from ESPN.com. So this is Shams this morning on Get Up talking about the Giannis trade rumors this morning.
Greeny, sources tell me a trade and a resolution is coming for the Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo before the NBA draft on Tuesday night. The Bucks are in serious conversations with two finalists, the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics. Both teams are Giannis's preferred trade destinations, but both of these packages are different deals. The variance of these deals is dramatic. With Boston, it's Jaylen Brown-led package. It's around a veteran player, obviously a superstar caliber player. In Miami, it's a group of cost-controlled players, rookie-scale contracts, significant draft capital in that deal. And so I do want to make this clear, though. Whichever deal occurs, whether it's today or tomorrow, it is going to be a one-to-one deal. It's going to consist of Milwaukee and likely one of these two teams, and that's how it's going to be. There's no third team, fourth team in any construct right now. Now, the sides could leave this open. Remember, when Kevin Durant was traded a year ago in June, it ended up just being, it ended with those two teams, but it turned into 7 total teams by the end of the offseason. And so that could certainly happen here. But these have been intense negotiations. We know the Giannis situation is gone on for about 13 months now. The Bucks engaged in conversations at the deadline. They've been open for business since the draft combine in May. They've narrowed in on these two teams right now. Giannis, my understanding right now, he is ready to be traded, either Boston, either Miami, and we'll see what happens over the next 24 hours.
1 for 1. So I think he means one team or another team, right? He doesn't mean it's just Giannis for Jaylen Brown straight up.
Not a 3-team or a 4-team deal like some were speculating.
But then he also
weekend.
said that initial trade with Durant looked like a 1 for 1 or one team to one team, and then it ended up expanding as the story unfolded. Tausch, I don't know about you, but I'm going to predict that when this is all said and done, we will not feel like the Bucks got everything they wanted or hoped for in return for their biggest star.
You're never going to. I don't think you can't. I know you try to equate it to Myles Garrett or, even if you do it with a quarterback, you're never going to replace what you just had and what he has done for the city and for that's the part of this that's kind of sad. But the nice part is we've had 12 months, and I know people are going to, you're crazy. You had 12 months to kind of go through this process. This wasn't a Kubler, you got 2 weeks. Like you got to work through all of your bargaining and sorrow and all of the things that go with Kugler. Here you go. And now I think it's becoming a realization that this is going to happen, and you want to get the best that you can. And I think, just my own 2 cents, if you can get Jaylen Brown and then swap him over to Portland or to San Antonio or somewhere else and get a bunch of their picks back or get our old picks back on top of getting things
and David
from
Putney.
Boston, I think that makes me feel like we got the most out of it. I think for me, trading him to Miami for the 13th pick and Tyler Hero and some other stuff, some other players. I know
Jaime
Jaquez. I don't know all these other guys. That will be That will make me feel blech. If we make big move, if we end up getting Brown and some pieces and swapping him and end up with 5 or 6 first-round picks and some young talent that nobody knows about but they have high upside, I'll feel okay. Outside of that, there's going to be some this is really sad regardless when this news breaks. But then I think the other part of it is, do you feel good moving forward? I won't. If it's the Miami package that has been reported, I will feel better if it's the Boston package, and we use that to swap out more pieces.
And if you don't swap that, and it's just Jaylen Brown coming back, and he stays with the Bucks, then will you be happy with that?
No,
I didn't think so. All right, I want to hear what Wendy had to say, but I want to stay on the clock too. So we will play Wendy coming up. The question I want to ponder on this, because I'm not enthralled with either of these apparent scenarios. And again, I want the Bucks to succeed. We have a vested interest in that because a lot of people that I care about work for them, want them to succeed. Obviously, we're the flagship. There's a lot of reasons that I want them to succeed. I feel like this could be a trade where when in the final accounting, no one will be happy. The Bucks won't get the return that they were hoping for, and Giannis will go wherever he goes, and the physical toll that is taken on him with the way he plays all out all the time and the injuries that he's had over the last couple of years, I wonder if the team that acquires him will be happy either.
Here's what I would say.
It's kind of where I'm at.
I would say if he goes to Miami, he's not going to be happy. He might be happy with the tax situation and the weather. He goes to Boston with Tatum and with Brad Stevens getting shooters around him, he'll win another championship.
Okay.
And I would bet Boston would take one championship to trade Jaylen Brown and some picks.
For sure. No doubt. Of course.
So that would be my if I'm Giannis, I am really wanting to go to Boston. If it's about the championships. If it's about the money and about the lifestyle, yeah, go to Miami.
Welcome to Miami.
He ain't winning, I'll say this, he ain't winning jack down in Miami.
Well,
that ain't going to happen.
So if he goes to Miami, tomorrow we have Evan Cohen, so that'll be a fun day. Meanwhile, some other breaking news from the NBA that just came across my desk now that it appears Twitter is up. Dusty May is leaving Michigan. The men's basketball coach will be the new head coach of the Dallas Mavericks.
What?
Oh.
So he won, he was there, 2 years?
Yeah.
Won a national title, and I'm out, Jerry. Dallas Mavericks for Dusty May. All right, we will hear what Wendy had to say about this impending.
I hope there's all that outrage.
Yeah.
When players leave. There's all that outrage. I hope there's a bunch of outrage about this.
Preach.
Something tells me there won't be.
Preach. You should also preach about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, shopping for new windows and doors should not include haggling over draft
No, it
picks.
shouldn't.
And, oh, my gosh, I got to get this. I got to get that. Oh, I'm going to do this. Now, Pella, they stick to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they never use high-pressure sales tactics. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors also sell them, install them, and will service them. Real pricing, premium quality without the game. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
We'll hear from Wendy on the Giannis situation. We'll hear it next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
A strong team makes all the difference, and Everlight Solar just expanded theirs. Everlight now offers roofing and exterior services for homeowners dealing with storm damage. From the first call to the final repair, Everlight quickly handles everything under one roof. When your roof takes a hit, you've got a team behind you. Start today at everlightroofing.com. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, powering through any storm. A proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Brewers baseball is back, and there's only one way to celebrate, with a Surfside iced tea and vodka or a Surfside lemonade and vodka. Smooth, refreshing, and made for game day. Surfside is the perfect match for a day at the ballpark or catching the game at home. Surfside is only 100 calories with 0 bubbles, so it goes down easy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level this offseason? GRB Rays Youth Fall Baseball is built for player development, giving athletes the reps they need to improve. With 2 practices each week and games on Sundays, players stay sharp and keep growing all fall long. And more importantly, the opportunity to elevate their skills when it matters most. Don't just maintain, get better. Register for this fall now at rays.grbacademy.com. That's rays.grbacademy.com.
Running a business doesn't leave time to wait. You need answers and a banker who responds. At Starion Bank, you work directly with local decision makers who understand your business and act quickly. No runaround, no delays, just solutions. The right banking relationship makes a difference, especially when things get complicated. Starion Bank, built for the long game. Visit starionbank.com to get started today.
This is our crew.
Adding a guy like Scuba would certainly make you a better team. I do think that would make them a World Series contender because I think they are right now.
You're listening to Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Will Giannis be traded during the show today? I'm going to say no. before we lay our little heads down tonight to go to sleep, I'm going to say yes. What say you, old boy?
Yeah.
You and I are both Windy fans. We think he does a really good job. Here is Windy this morning from Get Up. So were he and Shams on at the same time?
Different times.
Yeah.
Different times. Yeah.
No, they were on at the same time.
Oh, it was? Oh, the clip I saw, it looked
Yes,
like different
sir.
times. Okay, my mistake.
No, they were on at the same time.
Here is Windy as we continue the Antetokounmpo saga.
I was really skeptical that the Boston Celtics were going to go all in on this. And from what I understand, they have. The Celtics and the Heat are the two teams aggressively going after Giannis. I would say they are the finalists. And if Giannis is going to be traded in the next 24 hours, which I think is a good chance of happening, I think it's either going to be to Boston or Miami. And the Boston thing is one. They were very cautious about putting Jaylen Brown in this an official firm offer. I believe they have. Jaylen Brown is on the table, and Jaylen Brown could get traded for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay. I understand that Jaylen Brown was a second-team All-NBA player and put a team on his back that had lost its other star to a ruptured Achilles. And then Tatum came back late in the year, sort of? Is that what I'm remembering correctly?
Yeah, he was
20
back
some
late.
odd games, and then he played in the playoffs. Yep.
So this is not in any way meant to discredit what he did last season. He was great.
Sounds like you're going to, though.
But my question is how if you're a Bucks fan, which I know, look, we don't spend a lot of time on the Bucks on this program. We bring in our Bucks buddy, Justin Garcia, who I'm sure we'll hear from after this trade occurs. We'll have him on. Jaylen Brown is going to turn 30 in October. I just don't feel like getting Jaylen Brown is something that people are going to be excited about, including my decades-long co-host. So how should I view this? If that ends up being the trade, like I said...
There has to be more to it. There has to be more to it, and there has to... here's one of the things. I think all of us, and we could say that we were irritated, and, the national media has been forcing this for years, and there has been a part of it that has been true. The national media has wanted Giannis out of Milwaukee for about 5 years. Giannis has not until about a year and some change ago. I really just wish Giannis, after Dame tore up his Achilles, it actually ended up being a huge disservice to the Milwaukee Bucks that we didn't just do something a year ago. I don't know if the Boston trade would have been in play. There would have been more suitors, and it would have probably been even bigger 2 years ago, with 2 years with Giannis having and figuring that piece of it out. But I think we all need to at least acknowledge maybe all of this reporting that we all got so pissed off about.
Yeah.
There's a lot of validity to it. And we have to at least acknowledge that this was all going on not 5 years ago. And I get why we're all irritated, because there was a push for the National Basketball Association to get Giannis out of Milwaukee. I don't care what anybody says. There was that push.
Mm-hmm.
But it has not been. This has been based in reality the last year and a half. And I think it would have been better suited for everybody, Giannis included, if he just would have come out and said, I want to be traded.
Totally agree.
Because what we had is a wasted year. And another year of wear and tear and injury and potential of not getting as much back. And I think we're going to rue that, because last year wasn't enjoyable for anybody. The Doc Rivers hiring was a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
This whole scenario has played out disastrously. And for as much as I was on board with Dalla Dame, once that Achilles tear happened, we should have cut bait and said, all right, it's time to move everything. It's time for everything. We could have probably traded Dame along rather than adding Miles and adding all this extra money. The whole thing was just mismanaged, and I think we all fought the narrative because there was so much baloney prior to last year, and now we're sitting here in a situation that I don't think we're going to end up being very happy with.
Well, they did all that because they wanted to keep Giannis on their team, right? I mean, they did all those things.
I understand, but Giannis didn't want to be here.
Right, and if he had been more...
It's becoming apparently abundantly clear.
Forthcoming, that would have helped. I agree. Okay, we will see how this goes. I do want to point out that Jaylen Brown turns 30 in late October. Giannis turns 32 in early December. So there are not even a full 2 years of an age differential there. So it's not like you're getting this young up-and-coming player who was second-team All-NBA as a 24-year-old.
Why don't we just go to Boston and say, we want Tatum? I want Jason Tatum. Then I'm happy.
Well, do we think? I think the wrinkle in this is: do we think Jaylen Brown would actually play for the Bucks, or do we think they're going to?
He'd have no choice. He's got 3 years left on his deal. He's going to want $60 million. He don't want to give away $60 million.
Or are they going to try and send him somewhere else to get some draft picks?
No, I want that to happen.
Yeah, that's what I think.
We want to have happen.
To Portland.
Right, and that's where if you do a 3-team. Evan Cohen was saying this on Unsportsmanlike, so it's very confusing how the NBA contracts work. Like there has to be like 60 days before you can basically flip somebody with another contract. It's a very confusing. I didn't really understand what he was saying, but basically you couldn't really flip Jaylen Brown immediately if they did this. But there could be a trade in the works for either one of this year's draft picks or a future draft pick that Jaylen Brown, you could then send him to pick any team that might be interested in his services for a couple of years. Orlando or Portland or anybody that would be interested in acquiring him that would have draft capital that the Bucks could then use. And basically they would bottom out and not have a superstar for this year, but then they'd stockpile the draft picks that they'd lost out on over the years of building around Giannis.
Yeah.
So I think the question for our fans are today, if you were in charge, do you rather, as a Bucks fan, would you rather end up with a really good star player in the league that's 30 years old, or burn this thing down and reset? That's really what this is coming down to.
What are you voting for on that?
Rebuild.
Burn it down.
Complete rebuild.
Yep.
Yes.
The blueprint is there. San Antonio burnt it down.
I don't want to be all up
in
arson, though. I don't want to be like promoting arsonry. So that's why I'm trying to figure out what the right way to put that is.
Cleveland burnt it down and rebuilt. Detroit burnt it down and rebuilt. Those were the two teams that were in the second round of the playoffs against each other.
Oklahoma City burnt it down, but they got the star player with the burn down.
The formula and the blueprint exists in the NBA for burn it down. You're going to bottom out for 2 or 3 years.
Boy, this would be a great time for you to get that Burn It Down song from, I think, is that Morgan Wallen?
I think there are several songs in pop culture, especially in the last 20 years, that have used the lyrics "Burn It Down," but we can't use any of them.
We didn't start the fire, which we're apparently trying to start.
The blueprint is there in the NBA to burn it down and reset and still be a contender in a couple of years. Otherwise, you're going to be middling, borderline play-in team like the Bucks were this year and
I want
kind of
Jason
the last couple
Tatum.
of years.
Hey, Boston, you want Giannis? I want Tatum. That's what I want. You want him bad enough. You believe in Jaylen Brown. All right, let's do this.
A good question from Denver Dan in the ESPN Madison YouTube chat. All of these teams, when they burnt it down and rebuilt, that was when tanking was allowed. How do the Bucks do this with the new anti-tanking rules?
You're still going to get a top 10 pick. And you're going to, at least one of these years, get a top 5. This is the way it is. I get Denver Dan's point, but you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice.
It's not tanking if you're just bad.
Yeah, we're going to be bad.
It's not a lie if you believe it. All right, well, we will continue to monitor this.
Is Tatum untouchable? Is Tatum untouchable?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's coming off a torn Achilles.
He is, yeah.
I want him.
You want him with it coming off a torn Achilles?
I mean,
He played. He's back healthy.
Wendy's telling you they're shopping Jaylen Brown. They're interested in parting ways with Jaylen. I'm pretty sure.
I want Robert Parrish.
I don't think you're going to convince the Bucks and the Celtics to get Jason Tatum involved in this trade. As much of an NBA enthusiast as you are,
believe they have Jesse. The Boston Celtics believe they have 2 star players. One is an All-Pro. The other one wasn't. The Boston Celtics want Giannis. We want Tatum. Why not?
I don't know. Your track record. You want a Dame too.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted
move.
Dame.
Just
yeah.
Wrong results.
We were all in on
wrong
that.
Results.
I don't think Jason Tatum will be. You know what we could do? Maybe we can get Brown and Tatum.
No, come on. Don't be foolish. That's not going to happen. Come on.
You know what would really be
foolish?
foolish?
Do, and then you try. You go over the top foolishness, and then you just berate the whole point. Of course, they're going to go Brown, but I'm saying if I'm Milwaukee, why not go Tatum? Like that, just.
You think they didn't ask?
You tell me. No, I think Boston came and said, "This is what we're willing to do." Maybe they did. I don't know. Jason, you're good buddies with Horst. Text him. Ask him.
I will inquire. Why aren't we asking? Why don't we get SGA from Oklahoma City? Why don't we demand that?
Don't do this.
Wemby.
I don't know why
Let's
you
get Wemby.
No, but I would have loved to get OKC, Chet Holmgren, and some pieces. I'd feel better about Chet Holmgren.
I know that
than
was
Brown.
the trade you wanted. Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe we get Brown and we trade him to OKC. Maybe that's what we end up doing. I doubt it.
I feel like he's kind of destined for Portland, where he can team up with Dame when he comes back.
And Drew. What if they go win a championship there?
With three guys who passed through Milwaukee?
Do you think?
What if it's the Celtics and the Blazers in the finals next year with Giannis and Jaylen Brown and Dalla Dame and Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton?
How fun would that be? Yeah.
What a world that would be. Boston picks up Chris Middleton in a whatever. They do that, and it ends up being Portland and Boston. And we're sitting here middling.
With 16
that
wins.
Ain't good. Yeah.
Well, at least we'll always have our membership with UW Credit Union to make us feel better.
For every stage of life, we will. UW Credit Union is here forever. You proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach your financial goals. Unique, exclusive debit cards you can only get at UW Credit Union. They partnered up with different UW schools, teams, and artists to create debit card designs as unique as you are. Join today at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions do apply.
Jesse wants us to go back in our memory banks and see if we have any other storylines that we found to be aggravating is the word he chose. We'll get to those next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is our crew.
Blake hits it high and deep to left field. Backing up Sosa. Turning, watching, leaping. Goodbye!
We are Madison's home of the Brewers. 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Well, happy birthday, Zimbrick Chevrolet. That's right. Zimbrick Chevrolet is celebrating 61 years in business. Celebrate with special savings now through July 6th, including receiving a $150 gas card with any new or used vehicle purchase and an additional $500 on your trade. Plus, you might have some big travel plans coming up this summer. And as always, stop to see the service team at Zimbrick Chevy before you go on a big summer road trip so you can enjoy your time on the road and not worry about the inner workings of your vehicle. Voting is on now for the Best of Madison 2026. Vote for Zimbrick in the home and auto category at madisonmagazine.com/BOM. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
The sound of summer is on ESPN Madison.
Mizarowski, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Madison's home of the Brewers.
To high drive. Fair and gone.
Catch every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
Hit well. Back. It is gone.
Brewers Brewers baseball on ESPN Madison is presented by Hard Rock Casino Rockford and brought to you by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is Express Entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Mark Tauscher here, and take it from me, the best game nights start with Pizza Hut. Try the new crispy Parm Pan Pizza, featuring crispy baked Parmesan on the crust for a golden cheesy crunch in every bite. For a limited time, get a medium one-topping crispy Parm Pan for just $10, or make it a large for just $3 more. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to order and find more great deals. The new crispy Parm Pan Pizza, available now at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
We're on the Packers.
You can't sit here and tell me that you're comfortable with the idea of the Green Bay Packers playing 8 games without Micah Parsons.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
That's very uncomfortable. That's extremely uncomfortable.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Say you don't want nothing, but you look better on me. You look better on me. Let me show you something.
The Celtics have, I believe, decided they just weren't good enough. It wasn't that Jason Tatum got hurt and they lost that series with Philly. I think the Celtics have taken a hard look in the mirror and they have decided we weren't going to beat the Knicks. All these people are like saying that the Knicks are, they want to say reasons why they didn't beat the Knicks. Not the Celtics. The Celtics are stone cold sober. Think they're not as good as the Knicks. They're not sure they're going to be as good as the Pacers next year when they come back fully healthy, and they believe they need to upgrade their team. And I am now speculating that if Jaylen Brown doesn't get traded for Giannis, they may trade him somewhere else.
That is Wendy furthering his discussion about the Celtics. This is why we think so highly of him. And I know he has certainly been part of the Giannis narrative throughout that saga. That said, Tausch.
Right. That ended up being right.
Yeah, yes, no doubt. So I guess my question is, how long have you been annoyed with this story, and are you getting to the point where while you will be sad and appreciative, you'll also be glad that it's over?
I didn't believe, because there's been so much BS around it, too. And Shams, it's been kind of on this drum for 3 or 4 years. There's been other folks within, and obviously at ESPN, throughout the NBA circles, have been pushing this narrative for a while. And when Giannis re-signed, obviously that was all bunk. But the last year it has not been bunk. So for me, it's crystal clear. I told you this the next morning after I went to the night game against OKC. I knew it was over, and everybody in Fiserv knew it was over. That's when it hit for me, and since that, I think that was probably February or March. Since then, it has just been, oh my gosh, just do something. I wanted it to happen before the trade deadline. Obviously, the right deal didn't come into play, and I don't think the Boston – because what Wendy's saying is accurate. The Boston Celtics now realize their way, where they're shooting all these threes and all this other stuff, it's great when it's working. But they need some physical presence, and especially in a league now where you're dealing with the Wemby and Yamas and other folks, you better have more to it than just gunning threes. So that part of this – it's been 3 months, but it feels like it's been 3 years with this whole saga, and it can't end soon enough because it needed to end 13 months ago.
Jesse, you are clearly agitated, aggravated. I don't know what word you used in the rundown, but I like this topic, but I don't think there's a long list of options, right? What? Like it's this versus the Favre saga, which was an annual thing until 2008 when he had that teary-eyed press conference that I missed for our trip to Oregon. And then it turned out he wasn't staying retired. And then we had the summer of insanity where 10-year-old kids were yelling the F word at Aaron Rodgers as he was punching in his code to get into the parking lot. And Tausch and his teammates were caught in the middle.
Jesse was one of those kids.
Jesse was
one of those kids.
I was not. I don't use foul language.
You would have been. If you were there, you would have been.
No, I don't yell obscenities at people. That's not my style. I might yell other things, but not like that.
Becca yells them at you.
No, you'd mumble under your breath.
I might do that.
Oh, maybe you can't. Maybe your code won't work. You won't be able to get in, huh?
Are there other sagas besides Favre and besides this that's dragged on? Like the Aaron Rodgers saga, to me, felt more annoying because it was like every day, and I think there was a likability factor there, and there was also this sense that it wasn't what was best for the team, which is why when I was a kid I was so irritated with the Favre family. They had just gone to the NFC Championship game, like they had all the pieces in place to make another run. Why move on from the star Hall of Fame quarterback? That Aaron Rodgers situation was like, okay, are the Packers better with him here for the next few years? Or are they better moving on from him and going with an unproven guy that was a draft and develop quarterback? Obviously, it worked out the way that it did, but that saga to me felt equally as aggravating as the Giannis saga has throughout like 2020 to, when did that actually come to an end? 23, 22, whenever that was.
April of 2023 was when Aaron Rodgers was traded. Tausch, first of all, I don't know if I've ever actually asked you this. So you went to the NFC Championship in 2007. In 2008, if you stick with Brett Favre for another season and Aaron Rodgers gets traded to the Raiders, as Jesse would have preferred, if you had to guess, because I know you don't know what would have happened, are you guys in another NFC Championship game with Favre at quarterback in 2008?
We would have been a playoff team. I don't know. You guys know as well as I do. Playoffs, matchups, where you play, how your season goes. Would we have been the 2 seed and been right back where we were the year before? That's not how the NFL works. I'm not arrogant enough to say that that's for certain. But we had a good squad with a lot of really good skilled players. Our O-line would have been another year preferably better than what we were in 2007. So I would say this. Would we have been 6-10? No. How many win differential? I don't know. Brett had a great year in New York, but he also got hurt. Is that how it would have played out in Green Bay? Nobody knows.
Sure.
But I would have felt if all things are equal, we would have been a playoff team. Don't know to what degree the playoffs would have went because that's just a fool's goal to try and predict that.
So I don't think I can say, because I was covering it every day, the Favre saga
Let
to
me
me.
be crystal clear. Let me be crystal clear about this because it's an interesting question that you ask.
It is.
In real time, I believed Aaron Rodgers was ready to play. But as a 9-year veteran, or 8-year, whatever it was at that time, I certainly would have thought that we could have been closer to the team that I knew that 08 would be a transition year. And when you get older, I ain't interested in transition years.
Right.
None of us would have been.
Right.
But once that decision was made, obviously we jumped on board and we're good. But everybody that's an older player is not interested in, well, this is going to be good for the franchise long term. The reality is you don't know if you're going to even be there long term. So you're interested, especially when you start getting to year 8, 9, 10, you're only interested in that year because there is a good chance that will be your last year with that franchise.
Yeah, I guess my follow-up is, if I remember correctly, that defense that season gave up a bunch of late leads, and you guys lost games. If I recall, there were multiple games where the new quarterback led you to take the lead in the fourth quarter, only to have the defense give it back. And Mike McCarthy fired Bob Sanders and brought in Dom Capers to be the new defensive coordinator. So I do find myself wondering if your defense would have been good enough, even with Brett Favre as the quarterback, to take you to where you wanted to go. That would be my view of that.
Or if our offense was consistent enough. Yeah,
right.
I mean, it goes tit for tat.
Sure. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
For me, anyway, that was such an annual thing, right? Like, I think people, like Jesse, forget that even though we assumed every year that he was going to come back, there was always this waiting period of him deciding. I don't know, as a player, did you ever think, oh, this might actually be it before it was actually it, and then it turned out not to be it?
No. It was always, we kind of understood. I think it's probably since 03, 04.
Right.
Was every
03
year.
was the first year.
There was
Yep.
1 year that we would take pictures. We thought that was going to be the last year, the year we stunk. So there's, with Brett, you never knew. But I can tell you this, living in it, and then with the Rodgers covering it and doing this show, nothing is close to the Giannis part of this from I'm done with it. Like, I never felt that way.
Really?
I was always intrigued. What do you mean, really?
No, I think that's...
Are you intrigued by this?
No, I'm not. I'm
thing
with
to
you.
say. Yeah.
I'm with you. I agree with
What
you.
is a
I
bold
just
thing
was
to say? The Rodgers-Favre sagas, the Jordan Love component, we all saw it unfolding. We saw it. This, we kept denying it. Our eyes were shut. Then our eyes got opened, and now we're just sitting there and we can't go back to sleep if you're really enamored by it. And you're like, all right, let's just go. I want to sleep, man. I want to be able to go back to sleep.
I'm tired.
There, it was more, okay, it's just, I don't think there's anything bold about that statement.
Jesse, when you envisioned this, I feel like there were a lot of people that were really aggravated with the Rodgers saga and the Favre saga, whatever side you wanted to choose on it. This one,
But
this
exhausted
one, I just feel like
by it?
Yeah,
I
that
think it
wasn't
was more
Jesse's
intrigued.
question. I agree with you.
By the time we got to Aaron Rodgers appearing on the McAfee show saying he wants to play for the Jets, I feel like most fans, Packers fans or otherwise, were kind of over that whole thing, and we're like, finally, we see where this is going.
That was all broken by that reporter in lacrosse with Murph at the girls' state tournament. That was when you knew it was over. Not when Rodgers told us it was over. Murph told us it was over.
Well, I mean, he did say in that interview that, he guesses he would take Aaron Rodgers back if nothing else worked out.
He's a complicated fella.
Exhausted by. I feel like I was exhausted by those stories too, but I was too close to the arena, and you were in the arena for the Favre one. So it's a different dynamic for us. So that's why I was interested that Jesse used aggravated.
Aggravated and exhausted are two totally different things.
Okay. So is your answer still the same?
Tell us more.
Well, I'm not aggravated. This is our job. What the hell am I aggravated about?
You
not
weren't
aggravated.
You weren't aggravated as a player when Favre for 5 years was torn on whether he was going to come back or not?
No, we knew he was coming back. There was one time that I thought maybe he wasn't. There's never in 2002. I thought, are you serious? You didn't think he was coming back? Of course he was. And then you could tell when they drafted Rodgers, that pissed him off, and he was not going anywhere. So no, like you can get a sense of what's going on, and I had a pretty good sense of what was going on. This, I had a really good sense of it that Wednesday night, that cold Wednesday night in the middle of winter, at Fiserv Forum. I knew it.
That was your rainy, foggy, cold December day against the Arizona Cardinals day for Mike McCarthy. The league comes at you fast. All right. We will continue to monitor the Giannis situation. Maybe the trade happens while we're still on the air. I still think that this will be one of those, they did this, and then there'll be a new piece, and then there'll be another new piece. I find it hard to believe that this will be a straightforward, this trade to this team, and this team gets this back. I have nothing other than the famous 45 minutes that Sam Decker was a Buck. Which, by the way, I talked to him about that, and he admitted that there was a moment where he thought he was a Buck too. So I think it was Ron and the Key that said that was never happening. Even Sam thought it was happening, the way that trade played out many years ago while we were on the air. We will see how this continues. Jesse has another, I don't know. I thought this was a good question, then somehow we swapped out exhausted for aggravated or vice versa. But he's got another interesting question that I want to pose to you before we move off the Giannis discussion and get into some Packers discussion during the 10 o'clock hour. I'll pose that after I tell you that there is no vice versa flip-flopping. No, there are no replacements for Grubelofs. One call, that's all. If you've been injured in an accident, and God, I hope you haven't been, because it's got to be difficult to deal with that. I never want to go through it, and neither should you. But I know this happens to people every day. And if it's happened to you or someone you love, you need to get the right team on your squad, and that team is Grubelofs. They win. That's the most important thing. Yeah, they do great things in the community. David is a good friend, and I care about him very much. It's a great family. They're great people. All those things are important. But the most important thing is that they're going to win your case, and you're not going to pay them if they don't, to make sure that you're taken care of. So go to the website, gruber-law.com, or give them a call. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Grubelofs, one call, that's all. More Wilde and Tausch, straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tauscher here, and all summer long, you know what beverage you'll find in my hand when enjoying some time outdoors. That'll be the cool, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Coors Light. At a baseball game in Milwaukee, grilling in the backyard, out on the golf course, every experience goes from good to great with a Rocky Mountain cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold activated bottles and cans turn blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection, which besides the refreshing taste is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. Caroline Harvey was selected with the #1 overall pick in the Professional Women's Hockey League draft by the Vancouver Golden Eyes. It's just the latest accolade for what may end up being the most prolific resume of all time for a Wisconsin Badgers athlete. This year alone, Harvey won her third NCAA National Championship, was named National Player of the Year, won an Olympic gold medal with Team USA, and was selected number 1 overall in the PWHL draft. Congrats to KK, one of the most accomplished athletes in Wisconsin Badgers history.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Summer is the time to enjoy the outside. Enjoy the deck, the patio, the fire pit, the shade, the screen room, the in-ground pool. Enjoy all of it in your own backyard. Outdoor Living Unlimited is Wisconsin's top TimberTech decking installer and can deliver a design and build your next maintenance-free deck with a custom screen room and automated pergola. To get started, stop by Outdoor Living Unlimited's amazing Madison showroom and visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com. Let's build that new backyard with Outdoor Living Unlimited.
At Carbon World Health, feeling your best isn't a luxury, it's a lifestyle. From advanced aesthetics and rejuvenating med spa treatments to personalized wellness care, everything there is designed around you. Whether you're refreshing your look, boosting your confidence, or investing in total body wellness, Carbon World Health combines medical expertise with a spa-like experience you'll love. Discover the med spa Sun Prairie is talking about. Book your consultation today at Carbon World Health, where wellness meets results.
Mike, what's one of the most important questions people should be asking about metal roofing?
It should be who's doing the installation. It takes focus, precision, and technical experience. We'll answer all your questions.
After all, we are masters of metal roofing.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Sweta. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Sweta metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Sweta Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
This is our crew.
1-2 pitch to Churio as a fly ball to center. Hit well. Going back on it is Hill. Track. Wall. Bye-bye baseball.
This is 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Just like a young Jesse Nelson, these many 18 years ago, which would have made you what for the summer of 08? 15-ish?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
2008. Yeah, 16 years old, I think I was in 2008.
And you weren't. And you're telling me you weren't swearing when you were 15 or 16?
No, I don't swear now.
Is that true?
You don't swear much. No, I don't think he swears much.
No, in fact, I tell Becca when she has a potty mouth sometimes, and then she gets...
I'm sure she really appreciates
and she says
that.
other things to me.
So you were, during the summer of 2008, hoping that Brett Favre wouldn't be traded.
That is correct.
Is there part of you that is hoping that Giannis won't be traded?
No.
Do we think there are people that are still holding out hope for that?
There definitely are. I'm looking at the YouTube comments. I'm looking at the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talking text line, and there are plenty of fans. I don't know if it's denial. I don't know if it's irritation.
What are those fans hoping for?
That's a great question.
Are they going to build around Giannis again? Like with what?
That Giannis will be a Milwaukee Buck forever, that he can help lead the franchise to
another championship.
I know,
but what are we building around? How are we going to do it?
Great question, Jesse.
No, why will it be different if we keep Giannis? Why will it be different than what we just saw? Because we got a new coach? Okay. That would be the only thing that I could hang my hat on. Because Doc stunk. And Doc didn't want to be here the last year. Like, it's fairly obvious. He's talking about his grandkids, the back end of the season. Like, it just didn't work. The Doc Rivers experiment stunk. Not all his fault, but a lot of it is. You never have to beg someone to come and do the job. Like, I knew that when it was happening. I knew that it wasn't going to be good. You can go back and check the tape. It was just, don't ever want to go down that road. This job's too hard to have to beg somebody to do it. It's just not. It's never going to work, especially at the back end of your career when you're old. It's the same thing with players. They got to be willing and excited about doing it. And so I don't know what Bucks fans that want to bring Giannis back. We don't have any cap space. We're in a whatever apron. We're swapping stuff out. How are we gonna get any better? What, trading Bobby Portis?
I'm combing
through the
Coos. I'm combing through the text line.
How are we going to get Jesse? I'm asking you. How are we going to get better? Anybody that is telling you keep Giannis, let's sign him to $270 million. All right, great. outside of bringing fans in.
Yeah. Through looking at
what are we doing?
Looking at the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talking text line. This is more. I'm seeing a couple of texts that are just anti the national narrative. They don't like that. Windy and Shams are advocating again to get Giannis out.
Year. The last year it's been accurate, people.
There's one text here that says if the Bucks get draft picks, they haven't shown that they're any good at drafting players. The best they would hope for is to get a guy like Giannis. So if you get a guy like Giannis, that's the best case scenario. Why not just keep the guy that you already have and see if you can get lucky adding some pieces around?
He's going to be turning 32 years old.
And we've seen the experiment. The experiment was awesome for 10 or 12 years. Now it's not. It's just the reality of where we're at. I think we should all start assuming. I don't care what sport we're talking about. Baseball, basketball, football, soccer, hockey, whatever it is. In the state of Wisconsin, that player is not going to finish his career or her career with us because it's just not the way this works. I think Steph Curry might be, and I'm not even sure he's going to end up finishing his career there. The mega stars, we have been blessed, obviously with Favre, Rodgers, and now Giannis. None of them are going to finish because it just never ends well. If the guy wants to keep playing, at some point you need to move forward as an organization, and we shouldn't sit and be all sad about it. We can, and we can definitely, have those feelings, but I almost look at it like we're looking at it in the wrong way. We should be thankful for that decade, for that 15 years, whatever it is, of what we got, and have the understanding that this isn't Robin Yount and Cal Ripken. The new era, with all of the stuff that goes with it, isn't allowing for these scenarios to play out the way that they are. And we're going to be a lot happier as fans.
And that's coming from a guy who managed to do it with his own career.
I'll be honest, and I think all of us would be, if you get an opportunity to go do something else, you're going to go do it. I didn't get that, and I think most players don't. I'm very happy that I finished my career, but if I could have played 2 or 3 more years and it would have had to been somewhere else, who knows how it would have played out. People want to keep playing, and if they want to and the team doesn't want you or it doesn't fit, the team is going to do what's best for the team. The players are going to do best for the player, and most times at the end of careers, those two things don't match up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what's happening here.
So if you would have been healthy enough and they had said thank you for your service after the 2010 season, you definitely would have kept playing somewhere else. And it wouldn't have...
I'm not going to say anything definitely.
Okay.
No. If I was healthy and I was offered a really nice contract, I would have probably kept playing.
Okay. Would that in any way have affected your legacy? No.
Is your legacy any different that
No.
you switched from Channel 3000 to?
Right.
So I mean,
No.
it's the same scenarios.
So why
That's
is
all.
it for star
legacy
players?
talk is for talking heads. It's not
Right,
for. It's
but
for the star players either. It's not.
I don't know. That's what comes up every single time, right?
Does anybody ever talk about Joe Montana as a Kansas City Chief ever?
Mike McCarthy
Maybe.
does, 'cause he
That one
coached.
great Monday night game. That one great Monday night game. Is anybody going to talk about Aaron Rodgers as a Pittsburgh Steeler if this season goes half blank? No, they're not.
No, I agree.
Does anybody talk about Brett Favre as a New York Jet outside of obviously some stuff that happened up there? No.
Vikings fans talk about him as a Viking, though.
Now, Tom Brady will always be a New England Patriot, but he's also a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Won a Super Bowl.
The only way it happens is, and this is to the player's credit, the player can change that narrative, but only by winning a championship.
You're right. 100% right. I think, by the way, we were on the same page with that. I was just going somewhere, and you thought maybe I was telling you how you felt, which I didn't, and I was not intending to. What I am going to tell you to do is tell us about Annex Wealth Management.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I think so. Am I not? Jesse? I think
It feels like a good time for Tausch to tell us about Annex Wealth Management.
Well, I'll tell you what, life events you experience, there's a bunch of stuff going, weddings and graduations and all this great stuff. You got all that stuff coming, a sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, helping to pay for college, a wedding. Annex Wealth Management has assisted. Well, Jason, that stuff happens in life.
It does.
All of these things happen in life.
Yep.
And Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events forever, and planning them can make all the difference in the world. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
We will pivot from a discussion about Giannis, which did not involve his brothers, although we love analysis, to a discussion of the Packers and one of the Packers players' brothers on what they've had to say about his recovery. Hint, it ain't Tucker Kraft's brother. We'll do that in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Buck and Honey's. Summer in Wisconsin is too good to spend indoors. And whether you're meeting the crew after work, grabbing dinner before the game, or just looking for a great patio spot, Buck and Honey's has you covered. Their spacious patios are the perfect place to enjoy award-winning dishes, craft cocktails, and an easygoing atmosphere. Visit their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Waunakee, or Mount Horeb. Grab your people, find a spot on the patio, and make the most of summer at Buck and Honey's. We'll see you there.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The 2026 NBA Draft gets started tomorrow night on ESPN and ABC. Speculation is that Giannis Antetokounmpo will be traded by the Milwaukee Bucks before the draft gets underway. With the latest, ESPN's Shams Charania this morning on Get Up.
Sources tell me a trade and a resolution is coming for the Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo before the NBA draft on Tuesday night. The Bucks are in serious conversations with two finalists, the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics. Both teams are Giannis's preferred trade destinations, but both of these packages are different deals. The variance of these deals is dramatic. With Boston, it's Jaylen Brown-led package. It's around a veteran player, obviously a superstar caliber player. In Miami, it's a group of cost-controlled players, rookie-scale contracts, significant draft capital in that deal.
Sham Sharania sharing that on Get Up this morning. Brian Windhorst saying the Boston Celtics are shipping Jaylen Brown, taking interest for him. Plenty more to come.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say kissing cousins, pack bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And will end this crazy game in a tie. Oh my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. I don't love this topic. Jesse, I don't want you to depict me as some sort of click chaser. But this is the second time this has happened. And when I add it together with how cautious our conversation was with Micah Parsons and how unwilling he was to even step a little bit out onto the branch of, I would really love to play in that Bears game, and I'd really love to play the Cowboys, and him saying, we don't play the Cowboys a second time, but we'll see the Bears again later in the season. This Terrence Parsons tweeting with fans about his brother's timeline has me thinking that for all of the nice things old boy said to me about the NFL scheduling, which I think still holds true, it might not matter. Because I think they thought this guy's going to be back after missing the first 4 games. And Micah Parsons' brother Terrence is out here tamping down those expectations.
Good brother.
Once again.
Good brother.
I am not the source. I just confirm or deny information. He wrote yesterday, when he's starting on the pup, week 5 was always unrealistic. He's going to need at least 3 weeks of practice from whenever he starts practicing. That's the key. Now, again, I don't know if Terrence is aware of this rule change, but you could start practicing after week 2 of being on the pup. Okay? I don't think that they would start that because the 9-month timeline that Micah Parsons kept talking about, no football, like Tausch's no Frosh play till after Thanksgiving Day or till Thanksgiving Day, would put him at September 29th. So if that timeline is hard and fast, his first day of doing some football would be September 30th. That would be not enough time to play at Tampa, but lots of guys have practiced and then played, not saying that everyone's the same, Tausch, but played about a week later. And if he started on September 30th, that would be 12 days before they played the Bears. And it would be 19 days before they played the Cowboys. But nevertheless, Terrence Parsons is out here suggesting that it won't be until week 7 or 8, which would be after they play the Bears and after they play the Cowboys, and would be for their game at Detroit on October 25th or at home against Carolina on Thursday Night Football on October 29th. October 29th would mark 10 months exactly from his surgery in December 29th. Tausch, should we be ignoring Terrence Parsons, or paying attention to Terrence Parsons?
I think you'd pay attention, especially since it's the 22nd of June, and there's not a ton of other voices being heard. But Micah said it when he talked with you guys that it's 9 months. That's the rule. Now, everybody's rules are different, but the Packers have been notoriously very conservative in their assessments and bringing guys back. But when you're looking at this thing, and obviously, you assume Micah and Terrence are talking, and there's conversations. They have this. It makes a lot of sense to tamp down any expectations. I said this probably 3 times already. I'll say it a 4th. The RG3 ad campaign of "I'll be back and we'll be ready to go for the." You don't need to put those added expectations on players coming back from injury. There's already so much internal pressure that you put on yourself, and then you feel it from your team, especially if you start off like Shine On Sports says we're going to be 0-2. You start getting 0-2, and all of a sudden all of that other talk that you're having in June and July starts heating up, and I got to get out there. I don't want to lose a season because I'm back, and I feel great, and I feel like I'm ready to play. I still think there is a chance that he plays in those games, regardless of what Terrence says. Doesn't mean I'm going to be right either. But I think he is being a good brother in setting the expectations low and saying things publicly, which I don't know if Micah likes that or not.
Yeah, I don't either.
I personally would not like it, but that doesn't mean I'm right either. Like if Helmut comes out when I blew my knee out and said, "Oh, old T will be ready in 5 months," I probably wouldn't have been that excited about Helmut saying it.
But he does a great job with headlines.
There were times that my dad said things that I was irritated with. But that's life. That's family, and you have things that happen along those ways. And in this case, he's doing right by his brother. Don't know if it's going to be an accurate assessment, but he certainly is vocal about it, and he's looking out for long-term Micah. Mm-hmm. Micah is going to be having his long-term interest also at play. And by the way, the Green Bay Packers, these guys, they also should be having Micah Parsons' best interest at mind. But you always feel that pressure to be out there, especially when it's a team that told you they weren't going to pay you what the market was supposed to pay you, and a Bears team that just gutted you. That makes it even more intriguing and more difficult to stick to timelines.
So I am sensing that there are at least some Packers fans, though, judging on some of the mentions that Terrence gets for saying this, that are irritated, not with him saying it, but with the fact that that could be the timeline. What do I tell these people? Because here's what I think.
Relax. Well, use your old saying.
Yeah, panic. That was me. It was the quarterback that said, relax. But do you really want to rush him back? If they really do, if the medical staff. Now, look, there's a totally different discussion here, and I am not in any way suggesting this is the case. But I don't know enough of their dynamic in terms of the brothers Parsons here. Like, if the medical staff says you're good to go, and then he takes a few more weeks, I can see fans being irritated by that. Again, it's his body. He should choose what he wants to do with it. But there are fans that are already, responding to this, and they're, pissed off about it. Again, he is a long-term investment, and we have seen guys come back from ACLs early, and things go to hell in a handbasket, and then they have lots of problems thereafter, and you're on the hook for a $180-some million contract, and you're having him being a part-time player having all kinds of injury issues. That's not great. So I am reluctant to be critical if he's not back for the Bears game or the Cowboys game. Should I be critical? Because there sure as heck seems to be a fair number of Packers fans that are indicating that they're going to be pissed if he's not back for Week 5 after an ACL tear last December.
Well, I'm not going to tell you how to feel, Jason. I'm not in that business of telling you how to feel. I'll tell you what I think you're thinking, and sometimes I'll be right and sometimes I'll be wrong. I can understand why Packer fans would be frustrated by that. He's a stud. He's a huge piece to what's going on, and fans are here to feel their feelings. They're not always going to be right either. But I'm certainly not going to say, hold up. Now, the Packers and Micah are going to do what's right for them, and they're going to try and win as many games as they can. And if Micah Parsons is cleared and feeling great, he's going to play. If he's not, he's not. And I think we've come a long way in educating fans about a lot of things, health and injury recovery, et cetera, but that doesn't mean they have to adhere and be like, oh, well, this is the standard thing. No, there's going to be some disappointment, and there can be, because we all want to see number one out there terrorizing Caleb Williams and Dak Prescott. That's what we want to see.
Agreed.
And by the way, that's also what the NFL wants to see.
TV networks definitely.
So it is going to take a lot of discipline and a lot of patience for the organization, because there have been plenty of times where organizations have a plan and they get punched in the mouth with playing rookie quarterbacks, bringing guys back from injury, firing coaches. Great organizations don't fall just because message boards tell you should trade David Putney, or you should go give up your 3 first-round picks, or you should play Micah Parsons. That's not what great organizations do. Great organizations have their bedrock principles that they're going to do, and they are going to stick to them, not in a rigid way, but in a smart way. And if the Green Bay Packers see Micah Parsons and feel like he is ready to go after a couple of weeks, they will bring him back in a limited way. I don't see any way that he is going to be playing 70, 80 snaps in that Bears game. But do I see a way where he comes in for 50? Do I see a way where he comes in and pass rushes for 15 reps?
Yeah.
I do.
I agree.
Whether Terrence Parsons agrees with me or not, I'm okay with.
Nathan in the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube comments, if Micah had an issue, he would have told his brother to shut up by now. Probably, right? You would have told Helmutes,
if Terrence Parsons came out and said, Mike is going to be ready for that Viking game week 1, Micah would have told him, yo.
Zip it. Another interesting YouTube comment that I want to get to next from Roberto, because I think Roberto is going to prove to be in a small minority. That is my hypothesis. I will bounce that off of Tausch after I tell him about Potawatomi Casino Hotel, where your next getaway is waiting for you in Milwaukee. Start with the stay. The biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And if you're hungry, you got so many options. Dream Dance Steakhouse, The Marketplace, Rock and Brews, Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, Cream City Coffee Company, food and drink specials happening all the time. And if you want to host a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, their event spaces are built to make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. We will try this Roberto theory out on Old T. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Looking to buy your next home or ready to sell and move on to bigger and better things? What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Ready for some fun in the sun this season? Let's get house. Nobody knows what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get started. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
No one throws it like The Miz.
Swing and a miss! He struck him out! A fastball at 103.
Setting records with every start.
A complete game! Shutout from Jacob Mizorowski.
Tune in every time The Miz pitches.
104.1. You won't see a starting pitcher ever look more dominant.
Right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
We are all witnesses.
Dealing with storm damage? That's never fun. That's why homeowners are turning to Everlight Solar for roofing and exterior repairs done right. They handle the entire process, from insurance claims to fixing your roof, with one trusted team. Less stress, faster solutions, and a home that stays protected from the elements. If your roof took a hit, Everlight's got you covered. Visit EverlightRoofing.com to get started today. That's EverlightRoofing.com. Everlight, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers.
It's the summer of suspense for Giannis and the Bucks.
Will I be excited if it's Jaylen Brown and some picks? No, I won't be. If I'm being honest, I will not be.
Follow along right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Tausch, would you agree that our conversations surrounding the Packers have been largely positive Like, we have our reservations about the offensive line. We're not sure what exactly the defense is going to look like, but they've been positive about Jordan Love. They've been positive about having this weaponry back on offense. Like, we think that they're going to contend to win the NFC, and we think they're going to contend to win the division in a tough division. So, Roberto has an interesting counterpoint in the YouTube comments. It's time to temper expectations for this season. The run game is meh. Clueless head coach. Not sure I agree with that, but I can see why people criticize him at times. Rookie kicker. Bad corners. Parsons out half the year. And tough division. Now, you might be saying, Roberto sounds like a bit of a glass half empty guy. 2027 may be the best chance for a Super Bowl. Rams and Eagles could fall off quick. Bears have to start paying people. Give another year to build the offensive line and corner. Get Kraft and Parsons fully healthy a year after their ACL tears. Now, I actually agree with the second part of what he said, that I think 2027 is the year that they're going to be a Super Bowl team, and this year they're going to be like a win, reach the division round, maybe win there, maybe not, maybe make the NFC Championship game, maybe not. That's kind of how I see them. What do you think of Roberto saying we need to temper our expectations for this season?
Nah. I couldn't disagree more.
I thought his list was reasonable. But his list was reasonable, don't you think?
And if you want to go down, I think Roberto is more interested in protecting his heart, protecting his mind, than just opening up and saying, man, we can go win the whole dang thing. Because there's always going to be reasons why you can't do something. Let's have some reasons why you can. Skill position guys, roles are going to be clearly defined. Jordan Love's going to make a huge jump. Micah Parsons is going to be fresh as a daisy going into the second half of the season in the playoff run. Is going to be dominant. Lucas Van Ness takes a step. Devontae Wyatt stays healthy. The linebacking core is even better. You have the best safeties in the business. Your O-line, Jordan Morgan plays at a good level because Sheeto didn't last year. The O-line will be better. You can look at it both ways. I'm going to choose to look at it from the other perspective until otherwise proven. Now, does it mean maybe we temper the expectations at the beginning of the season a little bit because we got some growing pains in that offensive line because Micah's not going to be playing? Yeah, go ahead. But I don't know about you. Tempering things isn't usually very much fun. And I know you're not a fan, so you don't care in that regard.
I get it.
I just think that this team is good enough. And when they're firing on all cylinders, and if they're healthy, they're much more likely to look like that team that had Denver on the ropes on that beautiful sunny afternoon in Denver, Colorado last year, until it wasn't a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Then they are looking like what we saw against the Baltimore Ravens at Lambeau. That was an outlier to me. I feel like it's much more on that first 12 or 13 games leading into than the last 5 or 6. We will be more like that team, hopefully, at the end of the season, and maybe we start a little bit slower, even though I do think this is an important year to win the division.
Jason, not me, different Jason, is on Team Roberto. I think this is a good place to look for the off-ramp on the Super Bowl talk. I don't tell people what to do, but this subject keeps arising, referring to the Micah comeback. And as Jason points out, and as I said, I think Micah Parsons himself, the way he handled questions about it from us, I think it lends credence to what his brother is saying about those games. And again, it is not my job. You can tell me I'm not a fan, which is true. It is not my job to tell Micah Parsons when he should or should not be playing, or for the NFL to tell him when he should or should not be playing with their schedule.
It's the middle of June. It's the middle of June. I say this, and we always, and this is part of the deal, we do a show year-round.
We do.
So we're always going to be looking at different topics and angles. But I've told you this, when players tell you they're going to retire or they're going to hold out or they're not going to practice or they're not doing this, and I always say it's a heck of a lot easier to say those things in April, May, June, July when there's no paychecks and there's no games to be missed than it is when you start talking late August, early September. Old T's ears perk up a little bit more. You tell me something in April or May, I'm really going to look at it and say, okay, that's interesting, but let me see how that shakes out in September, because that's when the rubber hits the road.
Interesting.
And that's when you start finding out what's real and what's not.
Yeah. Again, I thought Roberto's perspective was one that I hadn't seen much from our fans, and I thought he put together a pretty reasonable list of things that might not be great omens for this season. Doesn't mean he's right, but I just thought that was something that I have not seen a lot of people tempering their enthusiasm and their expectations. I think Roberto maybe is in the silent minority, and now he's not silent anymore since he posted that in our YouTube comments.
What is tempered expectations? Is anybody's tempered expectations that we're not going to be a playoff team? Is that Roberto's take?
I don't think he said that. I think it's more about winning a title.
See, so really, what is tempering expectations? I don't even know what that means.
He listed off a lot of flaws.
Not being Super Bowl or bust.
Explanations for the season, not... What is it?
Not being Super Bowl or bust is how I would interpret that. Like, if you don't win a championship, it's a failure of a season. I think Roberto would say, no, we could make the divisional round, and it would be a successful season.
Step forward.
Yeah, it ain't happening here. I don't ever want to have the Green Bay Packers, especially with a quarterback that's established, ever having the expectations that, oh, shucks, let's just make the playoffs. That's what separates us from being other organizations. So, now, we could fall short and things can happen, and you can look at it and have perspective. But if you're a healthy operation, you traded and got the best defensive player or one of, and he's back playing, and Jordan Love stays healthy and all of the other things. Like, I looked at last year, I'm still disappointed because we had the Bears. We lost to Seattle on a Saturday night last year. I would have said, hey, what a season. Battled back, won a playoff game. Would I be disappointed? That's not tempering expectations. That's looking at things realistically. The way Roberto just was talking about, those are very fair issues he's bringing up. But that doesn't mean we should just fall in line and say, well, oh shucks. The Packers made these moves assuming we'd be better. We shall see if that is indeed the case.
It sounds to me like Tausch is telling us, much like American Family Insurance tells us, to dream fearlessly when it comes to this season, but make sure you also insure carefully.
Smart, just like being a proud partner of Wilde and Tausch on American Family Insurance's end is smart. Since 1927, they've been committed to making life better, and I can appreciate that. Football, you build something that lasts by protecting what matters most, and it's no different at home. With the right home and auto coverage from American Family Insurance, you got protection you can count on, so you're free to focus on family and those dreams that you're chasing, like a Super Bowl championship. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
Take It to the Bank is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Paul Hansen here, founder of Iron Jock. Worried about the heat this summer? Don't sweat it. Our gear is made for real life. Iron Jock apparel combines moisture wicking with superior cooling and advanced odor-fighting silver ion technology that eliminates 99.9% of odor causing bacteria, so you are fresh for whatever's next. Our focus is simple. Make apparel that performs hard no matter where you are or what you are doing. Visit us at ironjock.com to experience the difference.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com, because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
This is somebody that left money on the table so that other guys on his team could eat. When the best player does that, it's hard as hell for the organization not to do everything within their power to empower that guy and to put him in this position. The New York Knicks are unconventional in the way that they built it, and now they're NBA champions.
Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings from 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN.
Looking for a fun new way to golf on Monday nights? The Bridges Golf Course in Madison is teeing up a brand new 2-person scramble league. Grab a friend and compete head-to-head in a relaxed format, men's, women's, or co-ed. Great for beginners and experienced players alike. Monday nights at the Bridges Golf Course in Madison.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Ford and Metro Kia of Madison. Find the Metro family of auto dealers online or see them in person on the east side of Madison today.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
We're on the Packers.
There's more question marks now
because we're on Wisconsin sports.
There's just more uncertainty with this group than there was even pre-Micah last year.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Time to play a little Take It to the Bank presented by Associated Bank. But Jesse has a twist. Is it fair to call this a twist that you've put on Take It to the Bank?
Yes, this is a twist on Associated Bank's Take It to the Bank. So, if I may.
You may.
Let's do it. So our friend Rich Eisen is on after us. Weekdays from noon to 2 on ESPN
Fun
Wisconsin.
Podcast. This was Sports Center.
Yeah, it's pretty
good.
Listen
to those. Those are good.
Last week, Rich Eisen shared his top 5 quarterbacks under the most pressure in the 2026 season. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play for you his introduction of his list 5-1, one at a time, and then you take it to the bank whether you believe that this person is properly ranked as a quarterback with set amount of pressure on them entering the 2026 season.
So it's like an audio daily double.
It is a lot like an audio daily double, yes. So, first up, take it to the bank again. Rich Eisen's top 5 quarterbacks under the most pressure entering the 2026 NFL season.
Where will Jordan Love fall on this list? There's
I'm
no way
putting Daniel
Jesse did
Jones
this
here
without him
fifth.
being on the list.
Hey, you're talking over Rich.
Sorry.
What is this, noon? Here we go.
I'm putting Daniel Jones here 5th. He's coming off an Achilles injury. After a superb season, 2/3 of a season maybe for the Indianapolis Colts, a little less than that. Can he just do it again, roll out, be the same guy? Because the contract extension that Chris Ballard gave him, if you look it up, it's really kind of a prove-it deal.
Daniel Jones at number 5 on Rich's list from the Indianapolis Colts. Take it to the bank. Daniel Jones facing the 5th most amount of pressure for an NFL quarterback this year.
No, God, no. He's not even I don't even think he's in my top 20. Listen, man, Rich has been around forever. He's not a top 20 pressure guy as far as quarterbacks go for me. He's coming off an Achilles. What do we even have from an expectation standpoint?
Right. What are our expectations of the Colts?
He's been a backup. He's been a... I could see him being like a Sam Darnold going to his next team and maybe finding a spot. But I think Chris Ballard is under a lot more pressure. He's got to get the right AD here. He's got to get his team right or he ain't going to be there. So... Now, Daniel Jones, I'm sorry, he's not even in my top 20. I think he'd probably be in my top 25 as far as backups. I might put Tyrod Taylor on the list ahead of him. Now, it might be a bit hyperbolic, but it isn't that far off.
I'm going to put him higher than the 25th to 20th range because obviously we don't follow Indiana's initial team. Not to be confused with their soon-to-be next team. I don't know what the expectations are for him or that team. I know JT 23/28 carries
more pressure
that
on him.
Yes, thank you. Exactly.
JT 23.
Yep. So I don't.
Jason, is there more pressure on Patrick Mahomes or Daniel Jones?
Patrick Mahomes. You've taught us well. Expectations matter.
All right,
now
hang on.
If you're talking financial, hold up. If you're talking financially, if we're going to talk financially, then I can understand what Rich's point is. But that's not what this is about.
This is a great idea, even though I hate disagreeing with Rich. All right, number 4.
Number 4 on Rich Eisen's list, quarterbacks facing the most pressure in 2026.
Number 4 on the list, I am putting Tua Tagovailoa here. Is he going to get a shot? Michael Penix is talking about being back right away. Week 1. Quarterback competition coming up in training camp. I believe they're going to take it slow with Penix. I'm not a doctor. I don't see his MRIs. I'm also not Kevin Stefanski. I think they're going to see what Tua's got to start off.
Tua Tagovailoa now with the Atlanta Falcons, number 4 on Rich's list. Take it to the bank, Tausch?
No. God, no. This is Rich being, I want to be provocative. How could I be? Michael Penix has more pressure than Tua Tagovailoa.
Right, because they went and got Tua.
He's not even the most
pressure-packed. He's not healthy. Yes.
I hope Rich. Listen, Rich has been in this business a long time. He knows what gets stuff.
He's provoking us.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even the most pressure-packed quarterback on his own team.
No, I'm with Rich on this. Rich and I have a lot in common. We're both Pi Kappa Phi fraternity members. We both love Pella windows and doors. We're both on ESPN Wisconsin. We have a lot in common. Sure. If Tua sucks when he's starting the first couple of games for the Falcons,
Then he goes and lives in Hawaii with $160 million put away, and he never gets hit again with no concussions.
He's never going to be an NFL quarterback again if he sucks to start this season.
Never's a long time. He still could be a backup somewhere.
Exactly. Look how long Marcus Mariota's been in the league still. No, again, Tausch. I'm Team Tausch, not Team Pi Kappa Delta.
Pi Kappa Phi.
I think Penix is under more pressure because the expectations for Tua after the way things ended in Miami are low, and if he comes in there and has success and Penix doesn't or isn't healthy enough and Tua steals his job, the pressure's on him. So no, I'm 0 for 2 on this list. 3?
Yep, move it up.
And not only is he 0 for 2, but he literally has two guys. Now, Daniel Jones more so than Tua, but Michael Penix is more pressure. He's not even in the top 20 on either of these so far.
Yeah,
Rich would have to go top 20 most pressured quarterbacks to get either of these two on.
Like Jared Goff has more pressure on him.
Yes, he does. Josh Allen has more pressure.
Yes.
Joe Burrow has
Wait,
more
before
pressure.
you run through every quarterback,
All right, but we only got room for 3 more.
Yeah, well,
we've squandered the first 2.
I love my fraternity brother, Rich
Malik
Eisen,
Willis. More pressure on Malik Willis. Come on, Rich.
The next one.
Come on.
The next one is going to be a little Wildy-like in his list here.
Dear.
Here's number 3.
Okay, here we go.
Number 3, whoever starts for Cleveland, because the Browns are loaded for draft bear in next year's quarterback heavy draft. So it's now, and take advantage of this opportunity now, and take the reins now or never.
Whoever starts for Cleveland, number 3. Take it to the bank. You're laughing at him.
Expectations matter. And the pressure is on the people that are fighting to get to the Super Bowl. Right? Am I misreading? Do Rich and I have a fundamental disagreement on what pressure is? Is this individual employment pressure? Then maybe I can get on board.
I'm glad you brought that up.
If that's how he's viewing it.
So he did actually say in the segment that there are different definitions of what pressure for
sounds
an
like
NFL
information we could have
quarterback is.
used.
Rich defines it in large part as if you don't perform well, you're done.
This is not what. But it's not.
As opposed to like public perception or legacy or things of that nature that we could also define.
All right.
Pressure as.
I sure as heck hope 2 or 1 at least has Jordan Love on this list.
I'm going to say this. I am going to, and I don't see a lot of Rich Eisen's stuff anymore. I think this might be his most clickbaity segment he's ever done in his life.
We clicked it, baby. Number 2.
Yeah, I can't get my head wrapped around
Cleveland's quarterback, whoever it is.
Deshaun
Nobody
Watson.
thinks they're going to be in it. They're in
Dylan
tank
Gabriel,
mode to get
baby.
somebody they really want next year. Like, what are we doing here?
Number 2.
Number 2 on this list is Malik Willis.
Oh,
because the Dolphins are ready to basically say, thanks, Malik. We gave you this opportunity, but those guys in next year's draft, you're not paid that much. It's not going to be that expensive for us to move on to a rookie. And I understand you're sitting here going, oh, who has he really got as weapons other than Achane? That's true.
Nobody.
That's pressure.
That's pressure, says Rich. Malik Willis.
This is astonishing.
Take it to the bank. Take it to the bank. Malik Willis, second most pressure of any NFL quarterback in 2026.
Tausch, the floor is yours.
No, this list sucks. I'm not going to even entertain this with an answer. Like, this is god-awful.
Aw, come on.
Well, what do you want me to do? I can't fake it, guys. I can't sit here and say, well, that's really intriguing. Malik Willis had pressure on him when he got here as for a 7th-round pick to stay in the league.
Yeah.
Malik Willis is 1. He's gotten a starting job now. He's got pressure to perform and if he wants to continue on in his career. But to put, like, none of these guys are in my top 20 yet. He has not found, and he has given us 5 or 6 quarterbacks, Will Diaz, as you put it, in the top 4, and none of them are in the top 20 in reality of who's actually has pressure on him.
Okay, let's get to number 1 so we can move on.
Rich Eisen's number one quarterback with the most pressure entering 2026.
Fernando Mendoza.
Are you ready to take this to the bank, fellas?
And number one is Aaron Rodgers. You bet. You bet. Will he feel it? I don't know. Does it matter to him? I think it does. Is his legacy already cemented? I think it is. But will he play another year? He already says he's not. You want to win one more? You got one last chance to do it. For Mike McCarthy, too, who might be under some sort of pressure to see what else is going on with Will Howard. If it doesn't work out, could they possibly get to that? I doubt it. But that's Aaron Rodgers, number one.
There it is. Pi Kappa Phi.
And that is taken to the bank.
I'm going to say this. How many years has Rich been doing what he's doing?
Oh, multiple
30?
decades. Yeah, he's a
pro.
Long time.
He's one of the GOATs. Rich is one of the GOATs. I don't think this is hyperbolic in saying I think this might be the worst list I've ever seen. Like, this makes no sense at all. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow, if they're not your top three, I can't help you. Like, I don't know. Those three, you don't have a championship. You've been MVPs. You've had all these cracks at it. You're in your prime. Aaron Rodgers is 43 years old, man. Come on. Come on, Rich. That list sucks. Period, Finn. I ain't got nothing else for you.
Well, one thing that doesn't suck is Associated Bank's customer service. It's the best in the industry. They've got all the awards to prove it. I've seen them. They're in the trophy case down at the Green Bay downtown branch. But as I always tell you, it's not branches that make a bank local. It's roots. And Associated Bank's roots run deep in Wisconsin. They are the bank of the Packers, the bank of the Badgers, the bank of the Brewers. And with Brewers checking, you get all kinds of great perks, including 20% off at the Brewers team store, 50% off on certain game tickets at AmFam Field, all kinds of discounts when it comes to the famous racing sausages and the Brewers Baseball Academy, and pre-sale access to certain concerts and non-baseball events at AmFam Field. So go to associatedbank.com/Brewers to find out more. I don't know what we have next, but it's going to be better than that. It's Wilde and Tausch.
It's the summer of suspense for Giannis and the Bucks.
Will I be excited if it's Jaylen Brown and some picks? No, I won't be. If I'm being honest, I will not be.
Follow along right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here, and take it from me, the best game nights start with pizza. Try the new crispy Parm Pan Pizza, featuring crispy baked Parmesan on the crust for a golden cheesy crunch in every bite. For a limited time, get a medium one-topping crispy Parm Pan for just $10, or make it a large for just $3 more. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to order and find more great deals. The new crispy Parm Pan Pizza, available now at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Steinhoffels. Shop Steinhoffels America 250 sale. Save up to 30%, plus get a $250 MasterCard when you spend $2,999. Only at Steinhoffels. Caroline Harvey was selected with the #1 overall pick in the Professional Women's Hockey League draft by the Vancouver Golden Eyes. It's just the latest accolade for what may end up being the most prolific resume of all time for a Wisconsin Badgers athlete. This year alone, Harvey won her 3rd NCAA National Championship, was named National Player of the Year, won an Olympic gold medal with Team USA, and was selected #1 overall in the PWHL draft. Congrats to KK, one of the most accomplished athletes in Wisconsin Badgers history.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Hey, sports fans, the ESPN app has all of ESPN all in one place. The ESPN app is your home to thousands of live events, ESPN shows, and originals across every ESPN network and service. And now you can check if you already have ESPN Unlimited as part of your TV package for no additional cost. Visit activate.espn.com to learn how to access your account or sign up, then start streaming in the ESPN app. It's all of ESPN all in one place. Sign up or activate now.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, and by Events by Design.
This update sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Every Sunday home game, April through August, kids ages 14 and under have an opportunity to meet and receive an autograph from a Brewers player, alumni, and or a Brewers personality. Thanks to eFruity. Autographs are limited to one per child. Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
Whether you're grilling outside, sitting on the patio, or watching the game, summer is the perfect time to sip on a cocktail made with Door County Distillery. Handcrafted award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Mix up a G&T with that signature green bottle of gin, or sip on it with a couple of rocks, my favorite, the Door County Distillery Bourbon. Made in Door County, available all over the state, including right here in the Madison area. Local, affordable, award-winning. That's what it's all about. It's Door County Distillery. Find the retailer nearest you, doorcountydistillery.com.
We're on the Packers.
There's more question marks now.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
There's just more uncertainty with this group than there was even pre-Micah last year.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Kind of glad I got to step out for a little bit after that. But I'll be back, hopefully.
I don't like you guys knocking Rich's list. I think it makes
look,
sense.
Rich is awesome. I just got done saying how great I don't know if it was his idea or if it was a collaboration, but this was SportsCenter. As someone who loves SportsCenter, I have loved those podcasts. It's been awesome. Dan Patrick was great. I've really enjoyed that. That list, he just has a fundamental difference of opinion with Tausch and me on what constitutes pressure.
No.
Because that's not
June.
Pressure.
It's June and Rich is I don't know
well,
how
let's,
you come up with
let's
that.
see if our old pal Joe
I actually
Thomas,
want to do a list. Which quarterbacks have the least amount of pressure on them going in? And I would actually argue, I actually think that list might be, that might actually fit. If Rich went with most and put least, I think he'd be onto something with that.
Malik Willis, they traded all their good players.
Tua is on a 1 year, I don't know what. Aaron Rodgers, he just said Aaron Rodgers'
His
legacy
is cemented, yes.
So then what the hell is he talking about?
I don't know. All right, so Joe Thomas was on his show. And Joe Thomas talked about a different quarterback
situation. I hope Joe
situation.
didn't give him that idea.
Well, I don't know. I haven't heard this, but he's on talking about Minnesota's quarterback situation.
Traitor.
Kyler Murray, for sure. More pressure.
Well,
I'm surprised
J.J. McCarthy,
and
for
Kyler
sure. I don't
Murray
even
weren't
know
on the list.
Who's their third string quarterback. I think he's under more pressure. Clayton Tune.
Spurgeon win.
Clayton Tune might be under more pressure.
All right. Well, let's hear what Joey had to say.
The Vikings spent a first-round draft choice on J.J. McCarthy, the quarterback. They were going to give him every opportunity to win that starting job. You basically give the starting job to that rookie quarterback when you take him in the first round. And when you admit the mistake and go out and get somebody and you spend the type of resources that they did to bring in Kyler Murray, he is your starter. And you're doing that because the guys around him, your important receivers, your players that you're counting on to make plays that are provided by the quarterback, those are the guys that don't trust JJ. And that's why you make the switch. And so if you look at that situation, JJ, I think, will firmly be planted as the backup. And that's not to say that he doesn't have a chance to continue to develop and then win the job at some point far down the line. But right now, it's clearly Kyler Murray's job.
Joe?
I agree with that.
That's a good take. A lot of good takes. As far as McCarthy down the road, I think if he ends up being a backup this year, that's probably going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact Kyler might get hurt and maybe that he doesn't play well, that will be his ticket back in, and then he better be ready to roll, because if that does not go well, the Minnesota Vikings will be completely rebooting their quarterback situation in 2027.
And if Kyler Murray plays great with those weapons around him, he's probably their guy next year, and they sign him to an extension, don't you think?
It's a real tricky spot for JJ, because he obviously does want his team to be successful, but if his team's successful, that means he's going to be out. It's a tricky, very pressure-packed situation for JJ.
Yeah, very pressure-filled. Yes, exactly. I guess he was probably 5B. All right, that is our spin around the NFL for quarterbacks that are not named Jordan Love. Yeah, that was different. Not what I was expecting. We will kick off the 11 o'clock hour in just 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by ESPN Wisconsin's annual State of the Packers show. A comprehensive look at where things stand for the green and gold heading into the 2026 season. Join hosts Alex Strofe, Gabe Neitzel, and Jason Wilde live from Summerfest this Saturday from noon to 3 on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. The 2026 NBA Draft gets started tomorrow night, and all eyes are on what the Milwaukee Bucks will do with superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo. The latest this morning from ESPN NBA insider Brian Windhorst on Get Up.
I was really skeptical that the Boston Celtics were going to go all in on this, and from what I understand, they have. The Celtics and the Heat are the two teams aggressively going after Giannis. I would say they are the finalists. And if Giannis is going to be traded in the next 24 hours, which I think is a good chance of happening, I think it's either going to be to Boston or Miami. And the Boston thing is one. They were very cautious about putting Jaylen Brown in this an official firm offer. I believe they have. Jaylen Brown is on the table, and Jaylen Brown could get traded for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great big years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. Jesse and Tausch for the time being. Jason stepping away for at least a couple of minutes here. We hope that he'll be able to rejoin us before the conclusion of today's show, especially if there's monumental news that could break at any given minute based on what all of our NBA insiders at ESPN have been saying this morning. The NBA draft is tomorrow night, round 1 on ESPN and ABC at 7 o'clock.
Why is it a Tuesday night? Why did they decide to go Tuesday night? Normally a Thursday night, or do you think it's just summer, they don't care?
So it's normally on a Thursday. Last year, I believe, was the first time they went to a 2-night model to try and maximize eyeballs.
We don't need 2 nights either.
I agree.
You understand that one of the great players in the history of the NBA was drafted in the second round, and they didn't even show it. They ended up showing a taco commercial instead of the pick. So I don't know why they've changed. I mean, the NFL has obviously been really smart about what they've done. I don't know if the NBA is following suit here, but.
So anyway, NBA draft round 1 is tomorrow night, and then round 2 is Wednesday night. It's a 2-night affair.
What they should do, if I may help the NBA.
Yeah.
Start on Monday, make it draft week, where you just do 1 hour prime time, 5 picks at a time. No, it really makes sense.
Well, I mean, ESPN's got an interest in this, too. They wanted to avoid competing with the U.S. World Cup match on Thursday. We've got the College World Series wrapping up, championship game tonight in Omaha. So they got to fit it where they can fit it. And that happens to be tomorrow and Wednesday for a back-to-back.
I'm going to tell you this. If they just did 1 hour, instead of doing a 4-hour show, do 1 hour, because let's be honest about it. The top 15 picks are going to be where people are intrigued with the draft. And then, so you do Monday night, 7 to 8. Boom. These 5 teams are going to be picking. They analyze it. They do 10 minutes in between each pick. 1 hour of prime time, bam, you're done. Clip it all week. Tuesday, same thing, 7 through 11. Bam. And then if you want the last night, do the rest of the 20 picks, do a 2-hour finale. You got 3 nights of broadcast, and everybody's happy because realistically, everybody is going to talk about those top 5 picks. Especially this year, there's a ton of drama. You then lead into the next night. You have all of your shows in the morning, rehashing the top 5 picks, and then who's going to pick 6th? What trade opportunities? They got a full day to then recalibrate. It actually makes a ton of sense.
I actually think I would get on board if you said, let's do the lottery picks on night 1, because that's the stuff that everybody really cares about, are the lottery picks. That's why the lottery exists as its own separate thing when we draw the ping pong balls. Do those on the first night, and then do the rest of round 1 and all of round 2 on the same night the next night. If we want to do a 2-night contest, let's do night 1, lottery picks, night 2, everybody else. That's the one I would get on board with.
No, I like the 1 hour. 1 hour specials, and you do 3 days of it. Jesse, let's be honest about it. The World Cup is great. ESPN doesn't have the rights to it. Okay?
No, they do not.
They don't. College World Series could have easily been done last night. It didn't, so they got 1 night. I'm sure it'll do well tonight. They have 2 or 3 weeks of, I'm pretty certain, without having baseball now, they're playing like, I'm not going to disparage ESPN. Obviously, that's a big part of it.
They got an MLB game tonight. I'm not going to Padres-Braves, 9 o'clock tonight. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. But if you're telling me that they couldn't do 3 nights, 2 1-hour specials, and then a finale where they wrap up the whole draft over a 2-hour period of time, they got 4 hours of content over 3 nights, that will be bonkers. That'd be much better than what they're doing.
Bonkers. Well, the reason we're talking about the NBA draft is because Shams Charania and Brian Windhorst appearing this morning on Get Up on ESPN, both sharing what they know as of this morning to the state of affairs for the Milwaukee Bucks looking to potentially trade Giannis Antetokounmpo. For those who missed it, here is what Shams Charania said this morning on Get Up.
Sources tell me a trade and a resolution is coming for the Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo before the NBA draft on Tuesday night. The Bucks are in serious conversations with two finalists, the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics. Both teams are Giannis's preferred trade destinations, but both of these packages are different deals. The variance of these deals is dramatic. With Boston, it's Jaylen Brown-led package. It's around a veteran player, obviously a superstar caliber player. In Miami, it's a group of cost-controlled players, rookie-scale contracts, significant draft capital in that deal. And so I do want to make this clear, though. Whichever deal occurs, whether it's today or tomorrow, it is going to be a one-to-one deal. It's going to consist of Milwaukee and likely one of these two teams, and that's how it's going to be. There's no third team, fourth team in any construct right now.
Shams Charania this morning on Get Up on ESPN. Brian Windhorst echoing some of the same sentiments, also sharing that the Boston Celtics, even if it's not in a deal for Giannis, are interested in shopping Jaylen Brown to try and get better because they can't contend with the New York Knicks as currently constructed. So that, the latest this morning. We talked about this pretty extensively during the 9 o'clock hour. Tausch, have you shifted in your mindset at all over the last 2 hours as we've anxiously awaited any further developments on a potential Giannis trade before tomorrow night's NBA draft?
No, I think we're kind of, obviously that news broke just so happened right at the time Get Up was going. At the 8 o'clock hour. No, my thoughts have been, since really we knew this was coming, get the best deal, make it as complicated and not one-on-one. And I was actually, when I heard Shams and Wendy talking this morning, I legit was like, not interested in a one-for-one. Don't care. It's obviously two different mechanisms of going draft picks with Tyler Hero and some other pieces compared to getting a star player back with some pieces. The Milwaukee Bucks need a rebuild. I don't think bringing in Jaylen Brown and some other pieces with not as much potential capital, with all the capital that went out the building trying to keep Giannis happy, I don't think that's an equation that's going to make anybody happy. And then you're going to end up with a disgruntled player that's going to want to force his way out of town and limit what you can do trading him. I just don't think that's a great fit. So my thoughts have not changed from an hour and some change ago, where it is whatever Milwaukee ends up doing, let's make sure there's other moves that can come off of this, if it is Jaylen Brown, to another team to get more assets back, because I do think the best way forward for this team is finding a young superstar, develop him around some other pieces, go through some tough times, and get better, not try and do a okay, we're going to be okay, not great, rather just be like, let's just bottom out and restart.
So you were asking a little earlier for any of the fans who said they don't want to see Giannis traded before tomorrow night's NBA draft. I did see a couple of texts come through here on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talking text line. Let's start with this one. This is from Dano in Milwaukee. If the Bucks get their pick this year and they don't trade Giannis right away, I think the new coach could pull something together with this roster. That's Taylor Jenkins. They showed flashes of brilliance last year, and maybe by the end of the summer, Giannis is feeling better about the direction of the team and sticks around. Dano in Milwaukee texts that in on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talking text line at 844-770-3776. Tausch, your thoughts?
A lot of ifs. You want to have people that are excited about the direction in which you're going. You have a new coach. Everybody seems to be excited about him. That's great. I don't sense that that's where Giannis' head's at. And if Giannis, I don't know where his head was at, but it was not in the right place, I believe, the middle to end of last season. Now, new coaches change things, no question. I think that is an overly optimistic and probably unrealistic portrayal of where this franchise is right now. So I understand why people don't want Giannis to walk out the building. He has been the greatest Buck we've ever seen. He's brought us a championship that none of us imagined would ever come again after Kareem left. They did. He had the glory run in the Milwaukee Bucks era ended 2 years ago. It has not been glorious. It's been blech. And we need to reset. So while, all right, we're going to hit a home run with our draft pick. Giannis is going to stay, and he's going to be healthy, and he's going to be dominant. Miles Turner is going to be awesome. Kuz is going to up his game. Bobby's going to Bobby it, and we're going to show signs that we can win another championship. That would be so wonderful. It ain't going to happen. So we can hope. Can hope in one hand and you know what in the other. I'm not sure that's the road you want to go down. I don't.
One more text here before we play trivia. This one's from Matt in Franklin. I will be disappointed if Giannis gets traded today on my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Matt.
Yeah, happy birthday, Matt. Hopefully Giannis doesn't get traded today. Why does Wisconsin always grow the superstar but doesn't get to keep the superstar? Wisconsin fans constantly thinking, what's wrong with us? From Matt and Franklin on the Cardless ESPN Wisconsin Talking Text line.
Listen, there is no doubt we have an inferiority complex. And part of that gets fed by the national media not respecting flyover country. If I'm being honest, that's just the reality. It's like this market's not big enough, and but like we've had superstars, and by the way, we've grown superstars, and they've won championships, and it's been awesome as well. So let's not just forget about that piece of it. But there is an inferiority complex. We're a small market. The big stars don't want to come. There's a lot, but Charles Woodson was another great example. He didn't want to come here. He came, and I would argue he'd probably tell you it was the best time of his life professionally. It was when he was in Green Bay. So there's other sides of that too. Just because when you start looking at the years, how many years has Giannis been a Buck? 12?
13 or 14 now.
13 or 14 years. Rodgers was here 18 years. Favre was here 17 or 18 years. It's a lot of star years in their primes that have been spent in the great old state of Wisconsin. So I don't think we should be – there's been, especially in Giannis's case, a lot of people pushing to get him out of here. I haven't liked that, but equating that with what happened in the last year is different. We're at a point where I think we should be thankful, but I don't think we should act as if we're snake bitten. I think the fact we had 3 MVP candidates multiple years for all of our major sports is pretty doggone impressive. And I don't think we should take a backseat to anybody on that.
Let's not forget about the years of the trifecta meter in 2019, 2021, 2020, when the Bucks, the Packers, and the Brewers were all right in the mix with a chance to win their divisions.
Jamie and Orlando.
Make a run.
Jamie and Orlando had us pegged.
There's Jamie and Mequon is different than Jamie and Orlando. Jamie and Mequon.
Was Jamie and Mequon the trifecta meter?
Jamie and Mequon is our trifecta meter guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I apologize to Jamie and Orlando and Jamie and Mequon.
That's fair. We'll see if either of them is our contestant for Wilde and Tausch trivia coming up next, presented by Cousin Subs and by Vortex Golf. 844-770-3776. Caller number 10, let's go with today. Caller 10 at 844-770-3776 will be our first trivia contestant of the week, presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf. The Sports Weekend Recap is today's category, as is customary
Jesse,
on a Monday. Yes, Tausch.
I'm not sure what to make of what this tweet I just read, but I just got a sinking feeling. And it's not Giannis related. So I know we're going to do trivia next, but I think this dude that's tweeted has been very accurate about stuff, and it's related to Greg Gard. I'm very concerned. Like, very, very concerned. So I don't know what you want to do here. I just want to let you know in real time how I'm feeling.
There's no news, right? We're not saying there's no news on anything. This is some guy that you've seen on Twitter.
There's no news, but and I thought about this I thought, boy, this could be interesting. I'm hoping that it's not when the news of Dusty May leaving to go to the Mavericks broke. And now there's a tweet. Again, I'm not breaking any news. I have not texted Greg Gard. I have not texted. But I'm just intrigued because I think this Sean Wright, has been pretty good on some other stuff. So take it for what it's worth. I'm concerned. Like, very concerned. Because, from a fan standpoint, I love watching me some Badger hoops. You know that. I love going to holiday tournaments. I love going to the Kohl Center. I love going to the Big Ten tournament. I love Greg Gard. Tell me that this ain't happening.
Hang on. So now that you've done this, so I haven't answered a single trivia call yet. So we will wait on taking the trivia call. What is the tweet? What'd you see? What's got you shit?
All right,
here?
Sean Wright, NBA, and again, Sean Wright, sources. So again, it's Twitter. It's this new world we live in. So take it for what it's worth. But I have to admit, I have heard Michigan and I've heard other Big Ten coaches talk about how great Greg Gard is. I know how good of a coach he is. Some Badger fans are going to say, no, he stinks. That ain't me. With Dusty May departing the Michigan Wolverines to become the head coach of the Mavericks, which is confirmed, that is breaking news. Early indications are that Michigan has identified Greg Gard as one of several candidates of interest.
Yeah,
I don't like that one bit.
That's nothing, though.
You think so?
That's Michigan identifying several candidates of interest. So Michigan just found out hours ago, or maybe last night, that their coach, who just won them a national championship, is the best thing that's happened to that program in years. He's leaving to go to the NBA. All right. So now they need to come up with a list of who could we potentially reach out to about the job. Not that there's mutual interest, not that they've already talked to anybody. They're just saying, who could we reach out to that might be a good fit? And they say, maybe let's see if Gard would be interested. That's the extent of that report. That's nothing. They could be saying, let's see if Tausch wants to coach us next year.
No, it's nothing like that at all. Like, that's crazy talk. Jesse, we don't have a chancellor. We have an interim chancellor. We have an interim AD. Normally I would say that's crazy talk. I hope it is crazy talk. The fact that it is broached by someone that, again, I'm not sure the credentials. But it's not Lenny in Muskego telling us, I heard Johnny at the local pub telling me,
I mean, it's also not Jeff Goodman or Adam Rittenberg or, no one of, like, Sean Wright NBA on Twitter. Sure, maybe he gets some stuff right. But
would you be devastated if Greg Gard left for Michigan?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
That's why I'm concerned. I would be too. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully this is a way to sweeten up the old GG's pot a little bit and we keep him here. But that concerned me. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I'm just telling you how I feel. That concerned me. And when I heard the Dusty May news, that concerned me because I thought this might be one of those dominoes that could lead to that. I don't want that to happen. Can I be more crystal clear?
You have made yourself very clear, Tausch. Hopefully it does not happen, and it's still very early in the process as Michigan searches for a new men's head basketball coach. All right, take two, caller 10 right now at 844-770-3776. Going to play Wilde and Tausch trivia presented by
What if Greg Gard is our caller? What if Greg Gard is our
That'd be great. Tausch, here's the thing. I'm hosting and answering the phone, so I need to go to commercial break now so that I can go answer the phones for everybody. Is that okay with you?
Nobody's stopping you.
You are. You
ahead.
are literally stopping me from going to commercial break. Caller 10 plays trivia. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Now, you know I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. I loved it then, and I love enjoying Pizza Hut, making new memories with my family today. Say hello to Pizza Hut's new crispy Parm Pan Pizza. It's the original pan crust you love with a crispy golden Parmesan edge baked right into the crust. Try it today. Get a medium one-topping crispy Parm Pan Pizza for just $10, or make it a large for only $3 more. Limited time offer, additional charges for extra cheese, toppings, and recipes. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to get this and a bunch of other great deals as well. The newest Hut crust is Pizza Hut's Crispy Parm Pan. Order today at pizzahut.com, and remember, no one outpizzas the Hut.
The sound of summer is on ESPN Madison.
Mizorowski, the pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Madison's home of the Brewers.
To high drive, fair and gone.
Catch every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
Hit well, back, it is gone.
Brewers baseball on ESPN Madison is presented by Hard Rock Casino Rockford and brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management and the Metro family of auto dealers.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, windows, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Hi, it's Dave from Canopy Wealth Management. Many people are balancing retirement planning, college costs, and caring for aging parents, often all at once. With extensive experience, the Canopy team has helped others navigate these same challenges and can be a trusted thought partner as you prioritize what matters most. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's our promise. Get started today at canopy-wealth.com.
Paid for by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
When your car needs care, trust the team that treats it like their own. Conant Automotive in Stoughton. From oil changes and brakes to engine diagnostics and major repairs. Their ASE certified technicians deliver honest, reliable service you can count on. Plus, they offer loaner vehicles and convenient after-hours drop-off to fit your schedule. Serving the Stoughton area since 2006. Trust the local brand that's built a reputation for dependable auto repair. Visit Conant Automotive on Highway 51 in Stoughton or learn more at ConantAuto.com.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Wilde and Tausch, Jesse and Tausch. Jason has stepped away from the show. Tausch, I do have an update for you. I am told that the Sean Wright NBA account is in fact a pseudo parody account.
Well, what do you mean pseudo?
Like it deletes the stuff that ends up being wrong to make it look more actually newsworthy, but it is not a actual person who is an insider of any kind.
Yeah, that's fine. And there's times that these things are parody, and there's times that they're not. There's times I didn't need a parody account. My mind went to this when the Sean May news broke, and I wasn't going to say anything. And I don't care if Sean Wright is right or wrong, I think Michigan will and should reach out to Greg Gard. And I think Greg Gard is a criminally underrated coach. That's what I think. So, I mean, Gardo obviously loves being the head coach at Wisconsin. He's great out in the community. He is a Badger through and through. But as I just mentioned, there's a lot of change happening throughout college sports. And I hope Greg Gard is the coach for a long time here. This report, while it could be fake, it could be real, and I prefaced it 100 times. I don't know. My guess is at some point in time, Michigan is going to reach out to coaches that they feel like are really good because they are a blue blood. They just won the national championship, and I'm guessing their resources are pretty substantial. I'm just nervous, and I hope that we continue to keep Greg Gard as our coach. That's where that little diatribe came from, and I am not changing. I don't care if Dov Kleiman, Jeff Goodman, John Goodman, Babe Ruth. I don't care who reports it. I think there's something that's probably there, and I don't want that to be there. But can I be more clear?
Yes, just so we're all clear, there is no real report that Michigan is interviewing Greg Gard for its now open.
Well, it literally happened 2 hours ago.
Yes, there is no real report of that as of right now. But we are fearful, as we all would be, that if there's a good job that's open and a team may look at Greg Gard. First off,
I know for sure. Yeah. I know for sure there's some people that would not be fearful of it. There's fans of the Wisconsin Badgers basketball, and you could say, I haven't been to a Final Four in 15 years. Blah, blah, blah. So there's some that would not be bummed by Sean Wright's fake or real report, depending on how you look at it.
All right, we're moving on. It's time now.
You think if he named his Twitter account Sean Wrong, that would be better?
No, it would be worse unless he wanted to be more obviously a parody, and then Sean Wrong would be pretty good too. Time now for trivia presented by Cousin Subs and by Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on, and by Cousin Subs. Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs, they believe in better.
Time to welcome in a first-time contestant. Great way to start us off here on a Monday. Jason's not here to enjoy it, but we are. Dale in West Bend. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch Trivia. How you doing?
Hey, thanks, guys. I'm well. How are you guys?
We are great.
Super.
Dale, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a first-time contestant for Wilde and Tausch Trivia. Question.
Well, thanks for having me.
Tausch, I have you on 1 and 3 here. Do you want 1 and 3 or do you want 2?
I'm going to do 2.
I'm
all about number 2.
And I will give you question number 1 here, Dale in West Bend. It is this. The Sports Weekend Recap, our trivia category. In which of these unique locations did a NASCAR race take place for the first time yesterday? Was it on Coronado Beach in San Diego, Acadia National Park in Maine, or in Rosendale, Wisconsin, the speed trap capital of the world?
No idea, so let's go ahead with the first one. Coronado.
Coronado is correct. Nice guess, Dale. You're on the board. It was not in Rosendale. I did come through Rosendale yesterday on my drive.
That would have been neat, though, wouldn't it?
Someday we'll get a NASCAR race to Rosendale. In the meantime,
God willing.
Tausch, you have question number 2.
Jesse, I'm just going to tell you this. There's no way in blank that we're ever getting a NASCAR race in Rosendale. It's not going to happen. I don't want to ruin your deal. All right. Here we go, Dale. Which golfer won the U.S. Open yesterday? Tom Kim, Sam Burns, Wyndham Clark.
So it was Wyndham Clark, and I knew that beforehand, and that's why I wish Jason was here, because I would have let him read the answers, unlike other contestants that interrupt him.
Aw, that's very kind of you, Dale. Appreciate you doing that. You. Yeah, and you are correct. Wyndham Clark did win the U.S. Open.
Boy, that just tells you how opposite Jason and I are, because I was actually hoping Dale just said Wyndham Clark, and I would say, great job, you nailed it.
I noticed you paused and waited for him to jump in with the answer.
I thought for sure Dale was going to say Wyndham Clark, boom, but he didn't, and that's all right, too.
Question number 3,
You would have gotten an extra entry from me, Dale, if you did that. That's the only negative.
Next time.
I don't want to jinx anything, Dale, but we are off to a perfect week so far here. Question number 3. Which of these teams is not competing in the College World Series, including playing in a winner-take-all Game 3 of the Championship Series tonight in Omaha? Which of these teams is not one of the finalists competing in the College World Series tonight? Winner-take-all Game 3, 6 o'clock on ESPN. North Carolina, Georgia, Oklahoma. Who is not in the College World Series tonight?
I'm going to go with North Carolina based on what I remember from SportsCenter.
There goes the perfect week. Winner take all tonight, Oklahoma and North Carolina. Georgia eliminated.
I would have toasted it anyways, so it wouldn't have mattered.
North Carolina and Oklahoma. Dale, you still have
Sorry to disappoint you guys.
You have 2 of the possible 3 entries, which means you have 3 of the possible 4 into the drawing on Friday. Good luck to you, and thank you for playing and being a first-time contestant in Wilde and Tausch Trivia.
Awesome. Thanks. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
And he gets to love you guys. And Dale's a real one.
Dale.
You can tell.
Dale, another losing experience.
There it is.
Stay tuned.
And he even had a NASCAR question today. How about that?
What a world.
Our hope is that Jason will be able to rejoin us before the conclusion of today's show. If not, that's okay. Tausch and I will hold it down. We will play Whoa, Nelly.
Don't you kind of think, you just said Rosendale. Don't you feel like Lambeau and Titletown could host a NASCAR race?
No.
Why?
They don't want fans walking on the grass like when they're running a 5K in June.
Well, they're
you
not
think
gonna,
they want a NASCAR
Jesse, are
race
you
going
serious?
on there?
They're not going to take the cars. It'll be around Lambeau. They're not going on Lambeau. Like, what are you thinking?
Well, yeah. They're not doing it. They're not doing a NASCAR race on the streets of Green Bay, Wisconsin. There's as good a chance of a race happening in Rosendale than there is of that.
No. Jesse, don't be ridiculous. You have Titletown. You have all that stuff. They could easily do a lap. All they have to do is get a lap. They have the whole area. They own all the land. Like, why wouldn't they do a NASCAR race
Your
there?
new thing is you want the Titletown 500 coming to Green Bay, or the Titletown 250. The Titletown 250. That's your new quest. You want a NASCAR race on the streets of Green Bay.
Well, you act like it's ridiculous, and then you're thinking what, they're going to just do donuts around Lambeau? Like, have you ever been to a NASCAR race or have any concept of what that looks like?
No, actually, I never have. No.
Well, you should go. They're fun.
That's what I hear. Jason could cover
NASCAR
that NASCAR
at
race
Lambeau,
for us.
That would be a home run.
So you want to go like down Holmgren Way and Mike McCarthy Way and all around the streets and then through Titletown around Lambeau Field. You've got a whole course mapped out. That's going to be your street race.
Lambeau would be the epicenter of what you're doing at the lap road. Yes, it's a parking lot. They'd have to maneuver some things, but it would be pretty simple to do, I would think.
You're full of ideas. Whoa, Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Since 1956, Hallman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Ben Brust here for Zimbrick European. Have you heard about the all-new Audi Q3? The Audi Q3 has it all. Exquisite design, advanced tech, and fun-to-drive dynamics all in one vehicle. Take a test drive today at Zimbrick European, and you'll be finding yourself saying, that SUV is made to move. My friends over at Zimbrick European are ready to help you find your ride. I know you'll get not only an amazing vehicle, but an outstanding delivery experience, including a big red bow. Stop by Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
As a first-generation student, I initially joined the military to ensure I could afford college, and I had a lot of self-doubt. But at Madison College, there are so many resources extended to me, and I feel supported and confident to reach my goals. Best of all, I'll be able to transfer to a 4-year college debt-free. My advice to others, believe in yourself and your future. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka is your go-to drink this golf season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. This spring, look out for the brand new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry iced tea and lemonade and blackberry iced tea and lemonade. No bubbles, no troubles. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Discover the all-new TPC Wisconsin, Madison's premier destination for families, women, and golfers of all levels. Fresh off a stunning $30 million transformation, TPC Wisconsin offers more than championship golf. Enjoy a welcoming community with tennis, pickleball, a world-class golf academy, swimming, fitness, and family-friendly activities all year long. Experience the newest TPC golf club in the world right here in Madison. Visit tpcwisconsin.com to explore memberships and schedule your tour today.
Every kid deserves a chance to have fun, and that's what Paul's Party is all about. Paul's Party is a Madison area nonprofit helping kids with physical disabilities experience the joy of sports. They fund expensive recreational equipment and activities like sled hockey gear, chairs for track, tennis and basketball, and much more, so more kids can enjoy the fun. Because at Paul's Party, sports are for everyone. Learn more or make a donation today at paulsparty.org. That's paulsparty.org.
Hey sports fans, the ESPN app has all of ESPN all in one place. The ESPN app is your home to thousands of live events, ESPN shows, and originals across every ESPN network in service. And now you can check if you already have ESPN Unlimited as part of your TV package for no additional cost. Visit activate.espn.com to learn how to access your account or sign up, then start streaming in the ESPN app. It's all of ESPN all in one place. Sign up or activate now.
Will Giannis get traded today?
Sources tell me a trade and a resolution is coming for the Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo before the NBA draft on Tuesday night.
Stay up to date on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Tausch. This is escalating quickly. We'll bypass Whoa Nelly because remember when Tausch was citing that Sean Wright NBA tweet and said we haven't seen anything from Pete Thamel yet? Well, we actually now have a tweet from Pete Thamel. Michigan's working toward hiring Mike Boynton Jr., who's on their coaching staff right now, as their interim head coach. Per me and Jeff Borzello and Adam Schefter. Shefty, Michigan man, on the case, helping report that the interim head coach is going to be promoted from within. So nothing to worry about in the end from what we were first talking about 25 minutes ago with the fake account that shared that Greg Gard was one of the candidates in the mix that Michigan was interested in hiring. Now, again, this is an interim coach. That'll probably be their plan for this year, according to Pete Thamel, and then we'll see if he gets the job full-time or if they open up a wider search. But given the time frame of it, that makes a lot of sense that would be the move, Tausch, just for the short term, right?
Hey, feeling a lot better. Sean Wright, wrong. Maybe. Yeah, if Schefter's reporting that along with Pete and everybody else, if I was Greg Gard's agent, I probably would like him to hold off for 2 or 3 days. But I think from Michigan's standpoint, they won a national championship. They're going to just roll it back. That's still going to be a big loss for them. And, the fact that I think we need to always be kind of looking at this, and I do wonder how Badger fans would react if that was the case. I'm glad that, from my end, because I'm a big Greg Gard fan, I'm glad that is not, or at least it feels as if that is not going to be in play, at least in this cycle.
And we will hope that continues to be the case, because Gardo is leading a heck of a squad for Wisconsin, and we hope that he continues to do so for a long time. And just got to get a better break in the NCAA tournament. That's the goal here coming up this year. So fingers crossed that all works out. But yes, nothing to be alarmed by. Michigan has an interim head coach from within. Nothing to worry about for Wisconsin fans or anybody else across the country, as Dusty May becomes the new head coach of the Dallas Mavericks the day before the NBA draft. We'll wrap up shop with the clip of the day. That's coming up next to close out this edition of Wilde and Tausch.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Get ready for the ultimate Saturday night at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Join us for the all-new Queen of Hearts drawing at 4, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. This is your chance for royal glory. When your name is drawn, choose the right card and you could win a life-changing jackpot, up to $150,000. The longer the Queen stays hidden, the bigger the jackpot grows. Let's Hard Rock with the Queen of Hearts only at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Available in the Apple and Android app stores. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today. Caroline Harvey was selected with the #1 overall pick in the Professional Women's Hockey League draft by the Vancouver Golden Eyes. It's just the latest accolade for what may end up being the most prolific resume of all time for a Wisconsin Badgers athlete. This year alone, Harvey won her 3rd NCAA National Championship, was named National Player of the Year, won an Olympic gold medal with Team USA, and was selected #1 overall in the PWHL draft. Congrats to KK, one of the most accomplished athletes in Wisconsin Badgers history.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon landscaping difference. Since 1997, Olson Toon has been transforming outdoor spaces across Dane County. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and maintenance, they're your one team for everything outdoors, keeping your property looking its best year-round. With experienced professionals and a collaborative approach, every project is built around your vision. Ready to elevate your space? Let's get started. Head to olsontoon.com today.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
No one throws it like The Miz.
Swing and a miss! He struck him out! A fastball at 103.
Setting records with every start.
A complete game! Shutout from Jacob Mizorowski.
Tune in every time The Miz pitches.
104.1. You won't see a starting pitcher ever look more dominant.
Right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
We are all witnesses. witnesses.
Buying a new vehicle should be exciting, and that's what Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb aims to do. That's why they vow to give you the better buying experience. Jim Rutledge here. I've had 3 better buying experiences at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, and I keep on going back because the experience and the Chevy is fantastic. So if you're looking for a buying experience you're going to want to repeat anytime you need a new or new-to-you vehicle, I recommend you make the short drive out to Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, because you're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Will Giannis get traded today?
Sources tell me a trade and a resolution is coming for the Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo before the NBA draft on Tuesday night.
Stay up to date on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Will I be excited if it's Jaylen Brown and some picks? No, I won't be. If I'm being honest, I will not be. But if we get Jaylen Brown and then swap him for picks, I'll be more excited.
That is a very short but accurate representation of our conversation earlier today, speculating about a Giannis trade. That's our clip of the day on the ESPN Wisconsin social media channels. Tausch, congratulations. You made the cut today. Not wanting Jaylen Brown. What do you think?
Are you going to be excited?
I'd be excited if they then flip Jaylen Brown to become picks, including a lottery pick tomorrow night.
Okay.
Like, this class is really good. There's a lot of top prospects in this class. So if they can get a lottery pick tomorrow night because they get Jaylen Brown and flip him, yeah, that'd be cool. Otherwise, no, I would not be excited. Here's what I would like.
I would like to then flip him and get all of our Portland picks back. I'm being dead serious.
I know you are.
Then that would make us feel a little bit better about the Dalla Dame trade. But this one's not going to move the needle for me.
We'll see if Rich Eisen has any top 5 lists that he's going to share on his show coming up, as well as maybe he's got some insight on the new Michigan hire, since he's a Michigan guy. So Rich Eisen's coming up next. Thanks for coming along with us. Jason will be back tomorrow. As he always says, have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcast.